share. All right, and then can you guys let me know in the Zoom class, can you guys see the screen in the chat? If you can just let me know. You know, this one I have to minimize. Let's see. I'm sure they can see it. It shows it's sharing. Oh, here we go, chat. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hey, Vilma, how you doing? All right, so here we go. All right, so once you're in SureFire, of course, you have access to all of your leads, your deals that are going on, your tasks. These, you know, are going to be coming from the people who are in your app. But what I wanted to just kind of highlight today is one of the marketing tools we have available, and that's the single property site. If anybody in the chat or anyone here, if you guys have a listing you're helping with, we can even make this site just for that listing right now. Does anybody maybe have an MLS number they can pull up super quick? Or if not, we'll take one directly from Zillow. And so this is one that I did for, this is a realtor up in Portland, where I'll be headed shortly. And we did this in about like 5 minutes last night. And we'll be going in front of his RE/MAX office in about 2 weeks here. And this was really what I think kind of won him over. So let's go over to Zillow. We'll just pull, let's see, is there anyone in the chat? No, no one has an MLS number. Okay. So let's just go, what's a city you guys want to use?
Cerritos.
Perfect. Sounds great. Okay. So here. So we're just going to pick this one right here. All right. I believe the MLS number is going to show up. There we go. So this is our MLS number right here, right? Copy. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so we go over to the single property sites. Okay, there we go. I apologize, guys. For some reason, my all right, there we go. Okay, so we would go over here, add new listing, right? We're going to pop in that MLS number here into the single property site. If only I knew how to work a computer, I might be able to show you guys how this is going to work. So copy that one more time. There we go. Okay.
Sorry, can we just get the link in some place because what is his name? Ricardo is not be able to get in.
We're gonna have to ask Lauren. I don't.
You have it. Can you just forward to him through your email?
Yeah, give me just a moment. So
I'm going to tell him that you went to send.
here, you can just forward it because I don't want to keep everybody else waiting. Okay, so we're gonna put in the MLS number, right? And so you put in the state, search, and it's already gonna pre-fill everything out. So it's gonna pull it directly from the MLS listing. It has the address, zip code, city, everything that the agents put in. So we don't have to have, we don't have to do the work twice, right? Here it's gonna bring in the property description. One thing to maybe check is sometimes there's values that they put in that don't directly translate. And so here, it looks like they're putting in an emoji, right? Is what I'm guessing. But we'll just make sure to do any minor corrections on the property description so that everything looks correct. Here, everything's already coming in. And once again, this one right here, it looks like for some reason it wasn't translated properly. So now, you can always add extra if you feel like, hey, there's something I want to highlight based on the photos I've seen. Please enter no more than 600 characters. Okay, so this person likes to write a lot. So what we got to do is just minimize it for the site. So let's just go just for the sake of showing this. Let's not worry too much about what it's saying, but here you would just edit it down for the shorter description. And then you can have the full description down here at the bottom.
Location, location, location.
Yeah. So we go save and continue. And then now what it's going to do is going to pull up the next page, which is all of our photos already. This is going to allow you to mess around with the order of the photos. And once again, it all populates directly from the MLS. So if you go, hey, you know what, I like my agent partner, but I think the first photo they're using isn't what really I want to showcase. Maybe there's a bad A kitchen here, not so much, but you can always change the order of the images just by dragging and dropping. Super simple. Another thing is, let's say you've already done an open house with them, or you even have a video that just talks about some financing going on. This is your ability to add in a video link for YouTube or Vimeo. So with Franklin, the gentleman that I did the site last night, he's hosting an open house on Saturday. As soon as he goes there on Saturday, he's going to send me a video just via Dropbox. And while they're even having the open house, we'll add that video on here to YouTube. So they're just cool little extras that you can add on there that they really appreciate. But as you can tell, we're already halfway through it, and we don't even and it's only been like 2 minutes. So here, if you guys have been active with your SureFire, you should be having your realtors, they have their partner app installed, so their name's going to show up somewhere on here. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use my favorite buddy, David, who's one of our LOs here. And here you can add their photo, right? So we'll just keep it like this for now, since we don't have a photo of them. But you pull this directly off of, they probably have on their RE/MAX site, their photo logo of RE/MAX. You pop these two in. This info comes already based on the contact info you have for them. So it auto populates. And then here's where the cool part comes. So here we have several pre-made programs already. So if hey, this is going to be if this is going to be a larger, a loan property, we go with our jumbo. If this is going to be FHA, we have a pre-made FHA. And then as well, if you want to add other already pre-made loans to it, I believe you just email Ruben with the parameters and you'll get that added for us, and we can everyone will have access to it. So here we would go continue. And now one thing that a lot of realtors like, because of course everybody likes to be the expert in their area. As you know, a lot of home buyers are people who are starting families or have families, and a big reason to be moving is I want my kid to be within a specific school district, right? So what's really awesome here is it'll pull up all of the schools that this house falls into that they're able to register from. And so this one's a great way where you get on the line, let the listing agent know, hey, I'm working on your site. What are the schools that you really want me to showcase for the area? So let's just say I'm not too familiar with Cerritos, but let's say it's this elementary school.
Right. Yes.
Huh? What'd you say, Hilika? Oh, yeah. So you pick which ones you're looking for, right? And then just cancel out of it. And here, the program we already put in. And then what's really awesome as well is, let's say you're working with a team, right? And they have multiple listings. This single property site's not going to show any other listing other than the one that you're putting on there. Or if they have a team of like 7, 8, realtors, they got 9 active listings. You can go here and click on the other sites you've created and add those all into the site so that it's only showing the properties that they have for sale. And so here, we do that, save and publish. This is now an active site, and this is kind of what it looks like. It definitely looks a little bit better than, let's say, our normal, it's almost like if you take that poster or that, list reports, and we're able to put it in a website. What's awesome about it is it pretty much, as you saw, auto populates everything. So this takes you no more than like 5 minutes to get started. The listing agent, with Sonia, the one we created for her, this is something that they just blast everywhere on Facebook. And the best part as well is when we start going through all of this, it'll have they're excited because it has their name here. It has a scheduling where it's going to let you know if people are reaching out to schedule showings, and you get all of this contact information. It'll have a payment calculator here based on what we put in there, what program we want to show. And then as well, here's going to be your LO. And we also have, if they're interested in getting qualified, scheduling a call here. So this one's just really cool because it's an extra tool where instead of somebody having to post photos on Facebook of like their listing and everything else, they're able to just pretty much put a link to the site. Facebook and most of the other social sites will auto-populate the beginning of the page. And with this, it's really been helping me get in front of realty groups that are looking for an extra tool where one, they don't have to do anything, because if an agent doesn't have to work that hard, they're happy. And all they have to send us is an MLS number, and we can send back this link within like 4 or 5 minutes. It really helps get in the door with a lot of new referral partners. And then once again, here, they can click on other single property sites, and it's only going to be the ones that you're showcasing. And you guys get full access to anybody saying that they are interested in what's going on. Someone raised their hand.
Yes, hi, thank you for the training. I have a quick question on this one. It doesn't have the button to apply right here on this site. Is that something that we need to ask Ruben to put in for our profiles, or is it default, or did you choose just to schedule a call instead of having the button to apply?
So, oh yeah, so you're saying to have, so right here, like you're saying to have like a link directly to applying?
Yes.
Let me ask Ruben. I know that I believe you can put it in there for like that video or YouTube link. You can always just put the link in there and it'll pop up like as its own block for them, as a link for them to apply. But yeah, generally my understanding was that here you would just schedule the call here, put in their name. But I'll see if we have the ability to just have them apply right off the bat. But this is usually like a first touch tool where, it's just trying to get people to get interested in talking to us where maybe we don't have the lead yet. And then we can try to get them to apply from there. But I can definitely see if there's a way that we can add in, you're just saying like, let's say right below here, want to get qualified already,
Yes.
apply online.
Yes.
We can definitely see if that's available.
Or maybe if they don't go directly to the app, can they connect it to the app? Like when they click over there, not for the scheduling appointment, but for get qualified.
Well, that's what she's mentioning. So here.
Because one is to getting appointment and the other one is to get qualified. You want to apply for the loan.
Yeah, so I believe that's what Nelly's asking for, is
Yes.
that rather than just scheduling a call, if we can also have something where they can apply directly. So I will definitely get with Ruben and see if we can send out an email on how you would be able to add that when we have that added on. But as of right now, I haven't seen that option myself. And usually it's just the schedule call for both you and for the realtor. But we'll definitely work on making sure to get that added.
Thank you.
And then I don't want to take up too much time. Once again, this was just kind of to showcase again one of the tools you have, because we do have a presenter here who's going to go over what you guys all came here for. So thanks for taking the time just to look at that. And then are you going to be our presenter?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, awesome.
I apologize.
Oh, no, it's all good. I'll forward it to him.
Yeah, because he doesn't have
Can
the
you
code.
text me his email address? I don't know.
Oh,
his
yeah,
email. And okay, come on up.
Hi.
And I apologize.
I'm
ma'am.
Amber.
Amber, everyone say hello to Amber, and thanks again for listening. And then I don't know what you need to exit out of. This will just give you full access to the computer. And
All right,
you'll
does
see-
anyone want to log me into their Gmail and then I can create through your account?
Oh, my Gmail is a problem. I don't have my code.
I don't have it.
But did you bring your computer to?
I did.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just plug
See,
in?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, prefer that.
All right, so just out of curiosity, how many people have a Gmail account? How many of them have my business account? Okay, so, and I know why you have it. Leo, how long has it been since we've been working together? It's a long time.
I don't know, 7 years?
I might be
Well, I
more.
did all 10. 'cause I was-
You're getting old.
Yeah.
Just
it's,
want to tell you that. Not me, but you.
Yes, that's me.
I can give you my Gmail account, well, yeah, if you want, log me in. I mean, you get a free Gmail or like Google My Business account set up, so.
I hope my password's not gonna show.
No.
Gmail.
Oh.
Do I go to Google or?
Yeah,
Gmail?
Gmail,
Now
login.
log in.
Down.
Gmail.com.
There you go.
Perfect.
I don't know, this thing is. Yeah, just click on it and drag it down and then it'll get out of your way. You want the, there you go.
Sign in. Sign in. Oh,
You're in someone else's, so you're gonna wanna
all right.
close out
How do I close it?
the very top, there's a little X up there, yeah. Hit sign in again. Okay, and this time you're gonna do guest. And then go back to sign in one more time. Oh, it wants to put you through the other one, okay. Go back to, go here just for now, and then we'll go back in and now hit,
Usually it's cited into another account.
yeah, it's gonna be down here. Add a profile, probably. It's not Microsoft we wanna do though.
No.
Cancel.
How about this?
There you go.
There you go. Oh my God, my nails are so long. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh. Let's open it.
No, Gmail.
Oh, Gmail.
And you don't even need this part, you can just get rid of all that.
Sorry,
It's all right.
do I need?
And then just hit
Gmail?
next.
Yeah, I have an
Perfect.
Apple, so it's just like ancient.
Well, plus you're just automatically logging you in.
Yep. Oh,
Okay, so while she's signing in, let me ask you guys a few questions. How many are real estate agents in the room? Okay, all right, and then loan officers are the three of you guys? Okay,
I'm an assistant to her.
okay,
And then
awesome,
there's people on Zoom.
okay.
Yeah, somewhere's a lot of.
Oh, There's
Oh,
14
okay.
people on Zoom.
right on, let me try this. I am a little organized sometimes. Sorry, if you guys wanna,
All right, so how many people use Facebook right now? Okay, awesome, that's cool. How many use LinkedIn?
I have it, but I don't use it too.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that because it's really important you start using it. What about, has anyone tried out any of the new social media stuff? Play it.
Instagram,
Instagram?
Instagram, yeah,
TikTok, people are using TikTok.
TikTok, and then now
Reels.
TikTok's an advertising platform.
Reels,
Reels, yeah, which is part of the Facebook and
Yeah.
Instagram, right? Okay, cool. Anyone doing any YouTube?
I did, but I don't do it too often.
Okay,
I have it for a long time, but I don't do it too often,
okay, all right.
yeah,
So how many of you go live? Anyone go live?
I do like all the time.
Awesome, okay, so we're gonna talk about a product I love called StreamYard. StreamYard is a product that allows you to go live on LinkedIn, Facebook, Google, and YouTube all at the same time. So it's a pretty awesome product. They have a $20 one subscription. They changed it because we had conversations and they said, oh, they're gonna try to lower their price. So they went with a three sites that you can go live on for $20, or I think $39 now if you wanna go live to up to 8 sites at one time.
Per month,
What-
per year.
Per month. Yeah, it's a monthly
It's
subscription.
StreamYard,
Yeah, it's called StreamYard. Yeah.
okay,
And the reason I like StreamYard though is that your all of your social media.
but they talking something,
Yeah,
they
just read
asking
someone.
something in the chat,
Anyone asking a question?
go ahead,
I think
in the
they
chat,
written
you
it.
have to clear the chat, I think.
Yeah, that was up from him.
oh, I know, I didn't work, I forgot to put one more thing.
Or maybe we write down over there the name of the
It was just.
I'm gonna
of the
bring it,
company,
I'm gonna bring it up too.
yeah,
Okay, let her find this first and then, so I'm gonna show you guys StreamYard is kind of how it functions and stuff like that, because I think it's a new tool. Reason I like it is because your social media platforms will penalize you if you go live on Facebook and then try to share it out to any of the social medias, they penalize you, because they don't like each other, right? So this makes you look like you're live on all of them, they don't know you're actually going live on one product and then dispersing. The other thing that StreamYard just recently did is they now allow you to video, say that they're, then send it out and it makes it go live, even though you've actually saved it, made changes to it and all that kind of stuff, yeah. So there's a pretty cool things that
okay,
they
I
can
have my Facebook, my Gmail,
do. You have your Gmail?
yeah, I have it, but I don't know what else,
Okay, do you, and you know your password and stuff, so
Yeah.
you can log me in here?
yeah, I
Okay.
can,
I can't figure it out.
So
Yeah.
then let's go,
let's see, Just erase her.
Is it an app, a StreamYard?
And there's a $20 one. So let's go to this one, sorry.
What is that?
We're gonna talk about too, some of the things that Google's doing now too, which is pretty cool. But Google, the thing that's nice, normally I do show my accounts and stuff. The reason I show my accounts is to show you what's happening with Google and what happens with Google My Business with very little activity. Like I have one agent, I think the last time she posted was a year ago. And I was just checking her stats. She was at 234 views in 28 days. So this is why it's so important to be on these platforms. It doesn't mean you have to go crazy on it, but ideally, if you will post
What happened?
once a week on Google My Business, after 2 months, it considers you an authority in the areas that you are posting in. So if I'm talking about Cerritos all the time or Whittier or those kind of things, it'll actually pick up that you're posting for those areas and it'll make you an authority in those areas if you're consistent. So consistency is the key to this whole thing, right? Now, there are tools.
No, I cannot do it. I don't know why, I did in mine and I cannot do it in this one.
The all caps then?
One is capital, but I don't know how to do it this one.
Well, I think that's what was happening with me.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know if it's capital or not.
I know, it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell here in this thing.
You know, it hit.
It has to be a
Well,
Gmail
at
account,
least
right?
the first letter,
Yes.
hit show.
Here's what we'll do.
I mean, how I say
Go
show.
hit
Show
right
pass-
there.
Okay, yeah, I don't care, I can just change it after.
That's
Okay,
the
so
Don't,
lowercase.
don't cry
Lower.
anyone.
And then you can
I'm
unshow when
clicking
you,
it. I'm clicking
now
it.
you can unshow if you want.
Yeah.
Too late, late show.
You showed it already.
Oh, so it's not that one.
We don't care.
So it's no capital. Maybe. Did in my computer, you know, this is so.
I know it's automatic in my phone.
I know,
I
we've
think
all
so.
gone that way, right?
Oh, now,
Even though I
see?
know.
But never,
But I have a verification code,
but
guys.
never, right there.
So nobody can go into my email if I don't verify with my phone.
You gotta put never up there, so
Yeah,
that,
I get it.
Never.
I'll hit it.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. I never see that, so forget about this. I never open it. Never open Gmail, I'm a mail person.
All right, so this right here, I call it the waffle. Obviously, it looks like a waffle, right? There's a lot of tools being stored in here now that you'll see. You actually can move anything around. So if you are constantly using docs, you can go ahead and move it up, or sheets if you're using sheets. Google My Business also will reside in here. And you'll notice that she has nothing on it that says Google My Business. That's how I know she does not have an account for Google My Business, okay? Once you're logged in, it's automatically gonna give me that option when I go in and I just do just a general search of Google My Business. So even when I do a search, the minute I go to log in, now watch it because Yelp likes to grab you. Obviously, they sponsored it, right? But I'm gonna go here and I can Google here or I can go in here, it doesn't really matter. Come on now. All right, and I'm gonna tell it to manage now. First thing it's gonna ask is for your business name. Now, there's some things that's happened here. So you have a choice on how you want to handle this, but if I'm going to use this office address, I may change up the suite ever so slightly or change up something. The reason being is it's only now allowed to have one listing per address and you cannot use a PO box. So now I'm also have the ability to not show an address, which is actually what we're gonna do for her. We don't want them to see an address or that she's gonna say that she does business at that address. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you come back up here and help me out. I'm gonna have you type in your full name first, how you use it in business, and then your business, your company name.
My full business okay, Moncada,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And the name of the company.
Yes. Please,
I
go
don't
right
wanna get
ahead.
rid of it.
Yeah, no, you guys are welcome to do
We're
that. Yeah, absolutely. absolutely.
wait a minute, we have, no, wait. We should have the positive. It's, oh, I did right now.
Sonia, are you gonna do it as a real estate agent or
I can do both or I can just do one?
Yes, you actually can do both. You
Okay.
actually can have multiple businesses, which is awesome. I actually have, how many, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You also can be a manager too. So I can set it up and then give you access as an account manager.
under the same email?
No, I'm actually gonna have him on his own.
But I'm saying your email,
Yes,
you have
all
four
those
accounts.
businesses, yes, yeah.
Under
Oh.
the same email?
Just like Facebook, you know, Facebook allows you to have multiple business pages. Same thing happens with Google My Business. Okay. The other thing that I like about it is that when you're gonna notice here, see, it's picking up the I-Core Center, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm setting up this one and it says create a business with it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then it'll allow me to continue on. Then from there, missing invalid or missing business name, really?
Maybe needs a comma.
Should,
Maybe it's too long.
no, it's not.
Or maybe because we already have a Google here, no?
Do you think you already have, no, but do you have your
Maybe
name
some not
attached?
me, not me, but somebody. And if we just do Sonia Moncayo and just maybe ESP,
So take out the, this
or
part.
stay the Patricia, yeah, stay Patricia away. No, that's
Really?
not
Not
right.
just her name.
My name only?
I'm gonna try that and see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they like just my name only.
So that's interesting. We heard that they were gonna be doing this. So what they've done, I'm really disappointed that it came on so quick, but they now are starting to stop us from even having I-Core name in there as well. I'm gonna show you some adjustments and ways around that, but that's really sad because they're trying to make it so that there's only one listing per each one, which is sad because now I'm gonna have to use the I-Core and some of my searches and my names that I do saves in order to get that in there. Now, you're a realtor and a loan officer?
No, I'm not a loan officer, I'm a business development of the company.
Okay, all right, so we're gonna talk about some things that we'll do around that, so that we get the company name in there as well.
Somebody asking question?
No, that chat just didn't go, oh, it does.
Oh, he just did. Maybe he just did Alfonso.
Okay, and it lets you do the,
And he-
Alfonso, they let
Maybe
you
because
use,
he's a loan officer,
Or because you
No,
have an address.
actually,
corporate.
oh, maybe, yeah, that's what it is, maybe.
no. It's interesting,
Yeah,
though, but
he
your
did.
cores,
Yeah, different address. I think that's what it is.
Well, I didn't do capital I, maybe that's why.
I don't think that should.
it shouldn't, but you never know. All right, so then the next thing is that it's gonna ask us for a category, of course. So we're gonna put in, now, do we wanna be a mortgage lender or a broker?
Mortgage lender.
Okay. And you will see real estate in there as well, if you're a real estate agent, so it lets you do both. And now it's gonna allow you to search your area. So I'm gonna put in, because you probably do California, any other states?
Yeah, California, Arizona, Oregon, and Florida.
All right, so I can actually put in all of those states.
Oh,
And it'll
yeah.
take the entire state as opposed to, I also have the ability if I wanted to just do, if I wanted to be a little more regional.
Oh, yeah, so Phoenix is good, yeah.
So, and I can, when I'm doing this, now here's the thing, I'm gonna put in Arizona anyway, it's gonna override, but,
Can you put county?
yes, you can. So that's the cool thing about this, oops, it only spell.
Can you put state and county? Like in the same?
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to. Really what you're after, to be honest, you don't even need the Phoenix one. You really want the entire state. If you do it for the entire state, you want the entire state.
Right.
The only time I will put in a particular area, as a realtor, there might be a area that I specialize in, a particular subdivision or that kind of thing. And believe it or not, you can even put subdivisions in, some, especially if they're well known, yeah. And then I will put those in there because they'll get picked up in the search engines as well.
All right.
Can
So you
put
said
Oregon?
Arizona?
Because in-
Oregon?
Oregon, yeah.
In real estate, we don't do, most realtors are not like licensed in 5 states, you know, not like London.
No, right, you're
So-
in one. Yeah, so when I do my real estate
Singapore,
agents,
United States.
mhm, I actually do like to do the cities specifically when I'm doing real estate. I literally will put Cerritos, Whittier, whatever the different, I'm not from here, so. So I would use those cities specifically, and then I'd also do the subdivisions. So I'm gonna do both. I have about 20 that I can do before it tells me.
Also,
"You're
you
done."
can do 20. So Florida can be Florida, and I can add it in the
Absolutely.
future.
Yes, you can add it in the future.
Okay,
Any other state?
Virginia. You guys have any more for now?
You got lots. You got more states?
No, we don't have right now. We're working on it.
All right. And now I'm gonna save that now. Phone, is that you happen to be your phone?
No,
number?
562 787 1040.
You guys have a website?
Yeah, but I don't do it. Somebody has,
I
I connect, sí, but estamos en, we are having construction, so I don't know how
Oh,
it's
then
gonna
don't
be.
worry about it. I'm
But
gonna
Landy's
leave it for now.
finishing right now.
Are they gonna change the?
I don't think, no. I
Don't worry.
call Landy.com.
We'll come back to it after. It's not a problem. Now, it's gonna ask you about this. I personally do like to get alerts from Google about changes that they're making, especially right now. Google is making huge changes to their platform. So you wanna be aware of that and you want them to go ahead and send you stuff. They also will tell you how you're performing. So your account, everything, it'll tell you if you're doing bad or if you need to make improvements, it'll tell you. It's gonna automatically want to give you, all right, so now let's talk about this. Sometimes when you come into verification, it'll actually give you your phone number. And if it allows you to verify through your cell number, you're instantly within 3 days live. In this particular case, it's gonna wanna mail something to an address. It's a card. It has a verification code on it. Very important, you have 5 days from the day it's been sent to you to get the verification number into the system. But if we have any issues, we'll talk and get you.
Mhm.
So when you mail that card out, you wanna get it right away. You wanna enter it right away. Don't hesitate. They really give you more like about 8 to 10 days, but after that, then the code goes bad and you're gonna start again. It's a real pain. But once it's done, you don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna let you enter an address in here because now, is this the address here?
No, it's
Okay.
not the address. Who has a card at the office right now? The address here,
I can let them in an email.
178785.
Well, we just got here, so I have the address.
17785.
Yeah, I think
177,
Right there it is, Center Court Drive North.
oh, right here.
Yeah,
But wasn't it a 5?
775.
it is.
No, that's not the one.
17785.
Yeah,
Oh,
17785.
1778.
85. Center Court Drive North, yeah.
There, that's the one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then,
There's a suite.
yeah, and
Suite
we're gonna
600.
add that line. That's where the suite comes in there. And we're gonna do suite what?
600.
All right, we're gonna make it 600-D.
Okay,
And that's how Google will let us in. That's how we're gonna trip it to let us in.
for this one in particular.
Because if it was the exact same one, it's not gonna send a card out. It's gonna say, oh, someone's already got that address. Which is actually what stopped us when we were putting in I-Corps, because it was like, wait a minute, there's already someone who's registered for the I-Corps.
Oh, yeah, we have Google with the company.
For the company, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So they're getting to the point now where they only want one address, one person registered per address. Sometimes, now I told it that I don't want people coming to me, I'm going to them. So right now, it's not gonna show the address, but that's the key. And then it says verify later. We don't wanna verify later. We wanna tell it yes, because we want it to send the mail piece out. Oh, look at that, yes. So this is ideal. This is really ideal because this will verify 10 times faster than waiting for a postcard and everything else, okay? So I'm gonna say, yes, I want it to text.
And they did already.
All right,
See, oh,
should be a new one.
406,
Did it just come in?
yeah, 406 232.
All right, so we actually were lucky enough to get verified. Now it'll take 3
When you got
days.
verified automatically?
Yes, so this is,
Wow.
yeah,
Without
you and I,
being in the car, I know I had a lot of trouble, especially when we make changes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't allow.
yeah, so that's the kind of the key, if we get lucky enough that it doesn't recognize a phone number being registered and that we put a suite D on there, it's going, okay, so it's a separate address and it's given us that ability to be able to do this. With this, I will tell you that it's only 50% of the time that happens. So most of the time, it's going to send out a mail piece to you. And once that mail piece comes, and you're gonna wanna be quick about changing up that information, okay? Then you're gonna wanna put in your hours. I'm guessing your standard hours are,
Yeah, I'm open all the time.
your 24 hours?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go 24 hours.
That is not good.
Yeah, but
That means
really,
you don't
yeah.
sleep.
No, that's okay. Nobody call you 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. And you don't, you don't answer.
You haven't done shorts all day.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's
They're
okay.
coming through.
All right,
Is
and then I'm
this
gonna-
assuming you already have a Google profile for your business, or is this to set up?
this is to set up. This is as if we never have had one before. Okay, so that's the beautiful thing is she doesn't have one.
Right, so question on that, like I've sent people my Google profile to send me a review.
Yes, then you have a Google My Business account. You can't do
I
that without
don't
it.
remember who created it. I tried to.
I'm gonna
edit
show
it,
you how to
so-
get that up,
Okay,
because it's really important, just because we're doing this part and really understand the whole thing, I'm gonna show you where you go back and access, you'll know where it is.
yeah, okay.
Okay, and then you always want to accept messages through Google My Business. It actually does send you an email, and it actually, depending on how you set it up, you can actually set it up so that it gives you a call history, which I would tell you to do, because we want to track all things that are happening in Google.
So they, anything is going to come to my text.
Mhm.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna come down here and move this off, and I'm gonna go to, did someone just raise their hand or make a comment?
Yeah, maybe somebody.
Chat.
Chat. Somebody's dedicated. You're fine.
Because you work 24 hours.
I love it.
You guys.
All right, so the company you work for is iCore, right?
Yeah,
Lending.
yeah, I got lending.
All right, so what I'm looking for is just this for now. Okay, I'm just looking for the
I
description.
need one more star.
I should like to see that whole right up there, so let me go. And I'm just using this for now. I'm really gonna ultimately put in some key search words here. Because remember, all this is about search words. So I'm gonna look for things like a direct lender. I'm gonna put in that we do FHA, we do conventional.
No, FHA,
Perfect.
FHA. Yeah,
I was just seeing if you're paying attention,
yeah.
It's those nails,
right?
same problem.
I'm gonna put in
BA,
VA for
no,
sure.
non-QM, those are very important for us, non-QM,
Know what?
non-QM,
Called non-QM.
QM, Yeah.
Okay,
non-QM. I-10,
oh, I-10.
yes, we do I-10. I-10.
Oh, it literally is like 10. And is it cap?
I-T-N. I Nancy, I-T-N.
But if abbreviations like that, is that gonna
No.
show up for
I.
people? People are not gonna know to search that, so with that, isn't it better to put the whole entire word?
Yes, if this is an abbreviation that you guys know and the public does not know, and what they would search is totally different.
Oh,
then
no,
I-
people know what is an IT
I
now,
don't even know what
ITN.
ITN is.
Oh, IT is the people who doesn't have a good social security.
Right, so I don't know,
People
and
know
I'm in
it.
real estate, I can.
Really?
Yeah, so the
I.
public is not gonna know.
The ones who doesn't have the
I.
social security.
They know.
You're funny.
I-10, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So that is a very important conversation. So
Yes.
one of my postings is gonna describe exactly what that is, because I want the search engines to pick this up.
Sure.
Right? So I'm gonna literally describe exactly what that is. The other thing that I'm gonna do is any photos that go up on Google, any photos that go on YouTube, anywhere, any photos, videos, anything, need proper naming.
Do you do this for a living?
I do.
Can we hire you? Cause
Yes,
I don't
you
wanna do this.
I've been working with Leo, gosh, for a long time doing exactly that.
In line, the pounds in my company for a year.
Yeah.
And the big mistake I made, I gave her too many referrals and then she was too busy.
Got to.
Was she good, Leo?
Was that,
Was she good?
I would not hire anybody and that's the reason why
Lisa Lombardi told me to come
Yeah, thank you.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love what I do. Fortunately for you guys, I'm actually at a slow point because I've been doing petitioning work, getting stuff up on the ballot for you guys, to stop them from raising taxes on you. So I have actually for the last year been doing that. So it's good timing to come back into the fold of doing this again. So I want to make sure now, this is all changeable. Remember that, right? So it's going to grow and change over time because I want it to. Here's the thing you need to know. Websites, the way that they work and the way Google functions is after 120 days, if there's been no change to a website, it considers you out of business.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So little things like description changes can make a huge difference. That's how it goes. Oh, fresh content, it's not out of business, right? Now, the benefit to a real estate agent is that you have listings coming in that are constantly changing, and that helps. But if you're doing it all through a third party that is generating it to the website and they're not literally forcing it to the website, in other words, it's an iframe. Do you guys know what an iframe is? Okay,
No.
it's really actually a cool concept. So the website itself is your website, but inside of it has been a frame that's been placed from another website. So it's framing another website. The customer doesn't know they've literally left your website when they go into the frame. They think they're on the same website. Well, a lot of times the your IDX searches will do that. They'll frame it and make it look like it's fresh content that you're putting into your website, but you're not. So it all depends on the way your website does things as to whether or not it's giving you fresh content, okay? That's why it's important to pay attention, and the smallest changes are perfectly acceptable. Google says, oh, there's been a change, and then it recognizes it. Also, you notice how I used the exact wording from her website? I only want to do that for 30 days. Then from there, I want to actually create my own unique content, because unique content gets a higher rating from Google than it does if it's copied and pasted, okay? So that's what I'm doing. But if, let's say that I have a website, a brand new website, then I'm gonna do some copying and pasting because I want both of them to get seen. And if her website is now attached to this, then Google recognizes that the wording is coming from her website as well. It's gonna only push you up a little bit higher in the search engines. How long do you think it takes before the search engines start to recognize that you're actually doing this and give you some benefits? Anyone got any ideas?
30 days.
I wish. 4 months. 4 months. 30 days for Google My Business to start to recognize that you're consistently posting and give you some benefits.
Is there, I used to work for a SEO
Mhm.
and they boost it, but they charge. Does that apply to this?
Yes, yeah, it does. And you can boost actually through your own account. You're gonna see as soon as I'm done here, it's gonna ask you. And they'll usually give you money. Right now, they've been doing around $500 offer.
Yeah.
So if you want to do, you get $500 in free advertising they'll give you. So we'll see if they go from 100 to 500. So it depends on where they're at in these things, but it's worth it to do that. However, it is one of the most difficult platforms for advertising. It's not like Facebook.
You have to
Facebook,
know
well,
what you're doing, yeah.
yeah, Facebook to me is easy, but then again, my clients don't say that, so maybe it's not easy. But Google to me is they have a lot of weird things going on because you got to really know your search words and stuff like that. So,
Hey, what about the hashtags? So you don't need hashtags in this one? Or
oh, you
need
do, but not here. We're going
Oh,
to use
no,
the
here,
hashtags in
okay.
the postings.
Okay,
Google does recognize hashtags. Actually, now almost every platform is recognizing it. Facebook, however, after 3 hashtags starts to penalize you if you go crazy on your hashtags. So you want to be consistent. What I tell my customers is I'd like you to find 5 hashtags that are always going to be your hashtags. Why do I want only 5?
keeping it simple.
And it's hard to manage.
Organized.
Yep, and it gets consistent, right?
Consistent.
If you have 10, it's first of all, it's ridiculous to manage. But secondly, what happens is they start after a certain number, they start to actually take away from the hashtags instead of adding to the hashtags. The only platform that's different is Instagram. Instagram doesn't care. Instagram. So what is a hashtag? Anyone know what a hashtag is? It's basically a file folder.
It's a
Think
search
about it that
engine.
way.
It's a way to search things.
It's basically a file folder. So in this file folder, I have hashtag Amber. And all things hashtag Amber are in this file, right? And then I got this file over here, and this is hashtag loans. And all things loans are there. So when I click on that hashtag, it will take me and show me all things loans and all things Amber, right? So that's why you want to find 5 hashtags that you want to be known for and that are consistent that you're posting with. And then that way people will get used to seeing your hashtags. They'll click on it and they'll see a whole row of things that you've been posting about. Now, what kind of hashtags would I want to use besides my name?
Business.
The
I
name
was
of the
gonna say,
company, the
the
company.
I was gonna say, always put your name as a hashtag. A lot of
Absolutely.
times we use everybody's hashtags and then you don't put your name. And, you know, you're not, you know.
You don't brand it yourself.
You don't brand it
Huge.
yourself.
Right.
It's
Or if you have a
amazing.
niche like I-10.
Yeah, me too, I did.
Exactly.
I-10 specialist.
Your
I-10
hashtag on
girl.
that. And you're also gonna want a hashtag area, like Whittier. Like, if I'm constantly working in an area, now subdivisions are huge, okay? So if you are
Yeah, hashtag
really
content.
marketing to a
You would
subdivision,
turn and read.
yeah, I love it. So you wanna use that. If you have a tagline, you can hashtag your tagline, right? So there are things you can hashtag, but just make sure you're consistent with 5 of them. So I don't like to go past 5. I actually will save them in a file folder so I can copy paste wherever the heck I want to do it, and I can be quick about it on there. So, and then there are of course posting systems out there. Is anyone using Hootsuite or Social BU or?
What is that?
It's a posting platform for automatically shutting out content for you when and where you want it and how you want it. Guess who recently just added that feature? Which I'm
TikTok.
pretty excited. TikTok did too. I'm not gonna use TikToks.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a negative effect that will happen as a result of that one. But Canva just also added it.
Oh, I had
Oh, wow.
Canva, I had Canva.
So if you're in Canva, you can add to all the social platforms?
Yep.
Awesome.
And you can post right out of your Canva account.
Oh, I just
Oh
started
my
doing that
gosh.
for the Facebook, they
Yeah.
just go directly to Facebook.
Yep, and
Oh,
Facebook
anytime.
also created one, but Facebook only does Instagram and Facebook right now. So with Canva, I can automatically push out to multiple platforms. So I really like what
So
Canva's
you
doing.
create one content in Canva and you're able to send it to all the multiple.
Yep.
At once.
I like what Canva's doing. I think they do a great job, and I think where they're going and they're headed is in the right direction for you
Yeah.
guys, because you can create
I like Canva.
incredible content.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
They have everything.
Yeah.
It's like a professional.
There are 2 platforms that I really like to use. Canva is one of them. The other one is Pixlr. You've never heard of Canva? We're gonna talk about both of them. So these are the 2 that I like to use. Pixlr is a photo editing software, much like Photoshop. It actually has a down and dirty version, which is the clean, you don't have to know anything to be able to edit. And then it has a version that is specifically like Photoshop. It is now recently come up with easy design stuff like Canva. So it's gonna become a Canva competitor, I really believe, you know. And I like what they're doing with it. They really have created some beautiful stuff. Canva, on the other hand, is all about, they really have up their game on their video platforms and all that kind of stuff, which I really love.
Beautiful videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
continue as you.
So I already linked all of them right now?
I'm gonna come in as you and I'm gonna show you.
Oh my goodness.
Is
So-
it better to sign in through Canva, through Google or your Facebook or?
It actually, believe
matter?
it, doesn't even matter. Yeah.
Okay.
So you see here, okay, so that's interesting because it did recognize your account and then it went
Because
weird.
I'm Sonia Moncaya in that account.
But you guys are you're a large company now, right?
Yeah, but I don't think we're in Canvas in iColony. We didn't do nothing with it.
Okay.
I have personally, for the real estate, yes.
Oh, for the real estate side you did?
Yeah,
Maybe later, and then I'm gonna later, just because I want to show you a few things. All right, so
This is the pro account.
you do have to upgrade if you're going to use this. If you want to use their scheduler, let's see, they've been changing stuff around. So here it is, content planner. If you want to use this, you'll see here where there's a crown. Anytime you see a crown, it's a paid for service, but it's worth it.
Does it schedule it only in your business page or in your personal page and groups and pages?
Not groups,
No groups?
no.
How about personal? Cause I know you have to open up a business account with other ones.
I am going to.
Oh, this is that is the content planner is to decide to prepare something for the future.
Yeah, super cool.
Cause Facebook has their own.
We really need to have a class for Canva.
I know.
Oh, I do can, I love doing that class.
Yeah, then when you have it, we need to
One of my
bring you back
favorite
from
classes,
Arizona
you
again.
Yeah, lucky you, I'm here quite a bit.
Yeah,
Um,
we have the next time for Canva because
Yeah.
Canva is amazing for everyone here to know. They can
I
do it in their own.
love Canva. I actually, when I teach Canva, I also teach Pixar at the same time.
Oh,
Because the two go hand in hand. They really do help each other. There are certain things I like to do in Pixar that I cannot do in Canva. And Canva is a really frustrating platform until you get used to it. Once you get used to it, it's fabulous, but in the beginning, it's very
And it's
frustrating.
better to do it on a computer versus your app,
It's a pain in the butt on the app, but sometimes you need to go down and
but
get it.
sometimes you can do it.
So when I pick my platforms or whatever thing I'm gonna pick, I personally like to have moving. Everything I do in Canva has something moving. I don't care if it's the background like this case, or if I go over to Elements and then I pull up one of their stickers here and I say see all, and I use that. But no matter what, something is going to be moving on that. There's a reason why.
okay, for
Yeah.
catch the eye of the
That's
people.
exactly
You
right.
know, guys, it's very important to everybody to pay attention about this because this is the future of our business.
Yes, it
Because
is.
right now it's going to be very tough. So we really need to be on top. So those kind of things are key. for the-
Huge.
Yeah,
Now, if I were
Just put
you,
our
if you
business.
speak Spanish as well, I'd be creating Spanish content. I'm gonna tell you, they're saying that that is gonna be the largest growing segment of the real estate business in
yeah.
the next 5 to
It
10
already
years.
is,
Yeah.
really.
And it's gonna take over. It's gonna go way bigger than it is
Unless
now.
you're in Glendale, then the Armenians are in town. No, I'm
Ah! Now, that's the other thing.
Just
If you do speak another language, that's the
Exactly.
thing.
That's your.
Hello, really? Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
you
game
know,
changer.
that's your account.
Hello, I would. And if I spoke multiple languages, I'd probably create a separate business account that was specifically in that language. It's not that I'm gonna necessarily go crazy in my postings, but if I'm too busy and stuff, I'll take some of my English stuff and post it into that chat, into that thing. And then in my little bit of wording stuff, I might put in there that I speak your language.
In your opinion, if you were licensed in both real estate and loan officer, should you create two different,
Yes.
right? And then that's including the business cards also, right?
Yes.
Would you have,
Yeah. Now, I have one of my loan officer real estate agent that the backside of their card is the real estate, the front side, or vice versa, so that they have both on there, on their card. But I do think your issue that you'll run up against is you're out at an event, you meet someone, you're talking about them about real estate, and you hand them a card that also has loan on there. It could complicate the conversation, and then they're thinking you're not a specialist anymore. You're a generalist, right? So
I did hear also that if you do both in this case, and like you mentioned, you're out at a meeting. And if you're talking to a real estate agent as a loan officer and they see that you're also a real
they're
estate,
not gonna wanna use
they're
it,
not gonna wanna use
because
it.
they can't trust you.
Yeah,
Because you
exactly.
might steal
They
the
might
business.
think I'm gonna steal their clients.
Yes.
I was gonna say, you should have two different cards.
I
Yeah.
personally prefer that.
I have 4 businesses and they're all not related.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
me too, with my businesses too. They're all
And
separate.
especially with real estate, people think you're greedy. Because I used to be a mortgage broker in real estate. In 2008, I stopped. And I was also a notary. And so real estate brokers stopped giving me notaries because they knew I was a real estate broker, which I would never do anything to
Right,
jeopardize my character or reputation or anything, but it's better to have two.
Okay.
yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like to keep my businesses, my business page, my Google My Business, everything. And I actually would start a Gmail account that was specific to it. But here's the thing you guys tend to do, and I noticed that on here, you put Amber sells. Nobody likes to be sold, so don't put sell. I would rather put something like Family Realtor Amber, or something like that. And I hate numbers in there. There's no needs for numbers to ever be in there, dots or anything else. If you use a phrase, use the phrase as your Gmail account.
Yeah, don't use that.
Yeah, don't use 1, 2, 3 or any of that other nonsense that they try to force you into. There's too many phrases that we can use. And we can use keywords in our Gmail account, just as we do everything else, right? Mine's
So
Ask
mine
Amber
is
for
Silvana
info.
sells homes in California, is that bad?
I do everything I can to stay within the word sells, because
Oh.
nobody likes to be sold, right? So,
Right,
but
but
you've
I
already got it.
created it.
Yeah, you've already got it and you're using it, so use it, okay? It's just if you're going to create from new, I'd rather you not use that. Because it's funny how people get funny about someone selling them something, but honestly.
But people love to buy,
Right,
but they don't like to be sold to.
exactly, exactly. So that's why I kind of tell you, if you haven't set one up, then go ahead and make the changes to it and stuff. And I wasn't gonna get into a lot of this, but I do want you to know this is key. One of the things that Canva's now allowing you to do is save as video versus as a Giphy versus a photo. There's some benefits to all of those things. However, naming it properly is everything. So I don't wanna name this Amber. If I was doing social media, I'd put social media for real estate agents, and that's how I'd name the video. If I'm selling homes in Cerrito, I'm gonna put homes for sale in Cerrito. I'm gonna save my video as that name.
But you're saying not to put sell it now.
That's different. So this is for the search engines. So when I am naming a video and I am naming a photo, I'm doing it for the search engines. So you never want it to be image 121212 because nobody cares, and search engines also don't care, okay? But the search engines do care if it's homes for sale in Cerrito, right? If it's homes with pools in California, if it's foreclosure homes in California. I'm looking for anything people search, and that's what I'm going to name my photos, and that's what I'm gonna name my videos, okay? Super, super important. Don't let it name it the junk it wants to name it. How many times have people found you from the stuff we've named and photos, right? They go, oh, I found you on Google.
Right.
And you're gonna see it in your Google search, because Google will tell you how every 28 days, and it'll do it based on that day, 28 days, how many people searched it, how many people found you, and what way they found you. And I'm gonna tell you the photos is a number one. I'm well over 5,000 searches on photos just from recommendations of other people's businesses. So don't think that doesn't matter, because it does, right? It all comes into play. However, we know you guys are super duper busy, you know, like you don't do social media for a living. So what we want to do is we want to start, I always tell my agents, if you're going to be responsible for your social media, you need to set up on Thursday, put an hour in your calendar. You don't get to go to bed till that hour's done. I don't care when it gets moved up or down, but you don't go to bed till you're, and why did I pick Thursday? Does anyone know?
Because it's the weekend.
Because the people on the weekend say they just have it in their hands every time.
Right? Guess what also? If there's a new listing, there's a good chance it might actually be for sale by the weekend,
Yeah.
right? I don't know if you guys are having the same issue we're having, but even with our low inventory, we're still having ridiculous, starting to slow down because the interest rates, but not as bad as well as we'd hope. So we're about a month and a half out now, I think, in inventory. So I don't know where you guys are
Are you a
sitting.
lender
but
too?
no,
Oh.
I just do social media,
Okay.
but I do it just for real estate and loan
Oh,
officers.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I specialize in this marketplace. 'Cause I like it.
The question, because something there was, people was calling me, you wanna be part of the Google, and I was always handing them the people. That's people that just from Google, they call me to want me to be part of the Google,
So
or
people like her, but.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
so let
somebody
me
who's
tell
selling
no,
me
no,
something.
yeah, let me tell you how
Corporate.
it's going. No, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's actually a great question. So Google itself is not calling out to you. It's a
Okay.
third party company
yeah.
who wants to sell you something, and they say, oh, we're from Google. Now, does that mean in the future Google won't be calling out? There's a very good chance, hi guys, that Google will start calling out, because there's some really cool things that Google's doing. Google originally, the gentleman that ran their social media, his vision was to make it much more like the Facebook platform, but Google itself didn't want to allow that. And now they have a new guy who is heading up that division, and he has got it. He totally gets what this is all about. So you're seeing so many changes coming down the pipe with the Google platform, because he gets it and he wants to play in this space. Huge. No, okay. All right. And I got to pay attention to these guys down here too, so that I'm not ignoring.
They're okay.
All right. All right. So now I'm going to go back to that Google platform. And so what other loans do you do? Let's do low credit because
Low,
people,
low down payments.
okay,
Low down payments with Google or Calfa Fiche. Calfa,
Down payment
down payment assistant
assistance.
better. Down payment assistant is better than it.
and isn't that program called
We
something?
erase the
LFHA.
Calfa Fiche, Calfa.
Okay, and it's called Cal,
At least you got a call.
like that,
Calfa.
Cal HFA.
Calfa.
FHA.
HFA.
It's like backwards, like a tongue twister.
FA.
HFA.
Like that? Okay.
No,
No,
H.
the H.
Darn it, I knew that.
With the H.
Yeah.
A.
Get rid of the A. HFA.
Sorry, I'm dyslexic. So I hear that, but I don't hear that.
I know.
That's terrible.
I understand.
The DCR loans.
CSR.
How they-
VCSR?
DC.
Oh, it's a non-QM,
But it'd be good to be.
but for
specific.
investors,
Yeah.
they,
Oh, then they would know.
Like bank statement only loans.
Yeah, one is, yeah, DCR, no? Assistance.
DCSR.
DCSR. I don't know,
once
somebody
again,
over
who's
there,
gonna know what DCSR is?
the ones who,
Actually,
the
believe
ones
me,
who are
the ones that
there.
are looking for Duke, that one I would say is
What is
probably.
it?
Investors, for
Investors, yeah.
Investors who-
And did I
who
spell it
owns
right?
properties, but they want
Is
to
it
buy
D?
most of the
Okay.
properties, they have the DCR, loan is a good one.
Wouldn't
No.
it be better to put investor in there?
No,
I probably put investor loans, yeah. What about commercial? Do you commercial?
Harmony, no, we don't do commercial yet.
Okay,
Harmony, no.
you do? No,
We
no, usually loan officers don't.
No.
Let's see what else.
What else, Abby?
What about conventional?
Guys,
Oh,
I
you
got
did
that at
No,
the
we got
beginning.
conventional.
USDA.
Oh, yeah, USDA.
VA.
She was great, she was
Yes,
great.
sir.
VA is already there.
Refi, right?
I would put veterans though instead of VA.
We're gonna talk about that.
Everybody knows VA loans.
I know,
Every
but it's
veteran knows what is a VA loan,
Sure,
yeah.
I'm just saying it just makes it better, right? I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about that. So now you notice here, I have 750 words. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and start to continue on, even though I've only used 399. I'm probably gonna add in, do some other paragraphs. But again, remember, we talked about this. Content being fresh matters. So this is where I'll come in and clean things up. Okay, and I probably will let it sit for about 2 weeks before I go in and clean it up. Okay, so you don't want to think that you cannot come back or anything else. I'm gonna hit next.
So every month, we need to change that description. Or
Yes, something, or
Or
add
refreshing.
posts. So posts is also another way to do that. Now, Google My Business also gives you a free website. We're gonna talk about that too. There's some benefits to that too. So, oh yeah, it's kind of crazy what's going on, right? So photos for now, I'm gonna just go ahead and skip because I don't want to add any photos in because I need to make sure they're labeled properly and they're the right photos and everything else. There's my 500, hello.
Oh, really?
Now, I'm gonna skip it for now, but you see how it starts to kind of give me an idea of some of the things it wants to see? It already told me, right?
And if you say yes, then you have, how much you have to pay monthly, minimum?
Actually, the 500 is literally free. So your first ad, it'll give you literally $500 up there to spend. I like spending around 100 to 150 on my social media platforms. If I'm going for lead gen on Facebook, I usually spend about 500 because I'm going to start seeing some big benefits when I get to that dollar amount on there. And loan officers, they have some pretty great little programs out there for lead gen and stuff now going on. That's pretty awesome.
I'm sorry, when I was up there, you were talking about like Streamline, what was it called?
StreamYard.
Streamer, because
Yeah.
I've heard of that before, but you said you were gonna talk about that, right?
Yeah, we are. So I love where StreamYard's going. So this is StreamYard, and he's showing what it would be like live. And during the live, he can add more people in there, so he can add as many people as he wants, and then see all these social medias. These are all the ones he's going live at the same time. He can change up his look, he can have his logo, so you guys can have the necessary things required. You know, your fair housing, all that kind of stuff, can actually be added in as a banner, so it's down at the bottom. You also can, as people are asking questions, you can actually bring their information in and the questions that they're asking at the same time, which is super cool. The thing that's nice about StreamYard is you don't have to be computer literate to figure it out. Okay, that's the key, because so many of this stuff is so frustrating.
You said you
Okay.
go live in all the platforms?
Yep,
So, yeah, I try to understand that. part.
yes.
So I get my account here
Mhm.
and I just go live and over there and goes to the
All of them.
whole platform.
And it doesn't penalize you. So when I post to Facebook, when I post to LinkedIn, it posted to them. It didn't come through or look like it came from another app. So your social media platforms are not penalizing you. Yes. So I love that feature. Now, the other option, if I don't want to go this route, is I can go live on Facebook as long as it's my business page, not my personal. And then I can download the video. And then from there, I can edit the video and add all the things that I need to, and then post it out to my other social media.
And how I do that? How I link the accounts?
Okay, so
Can you repeat what you said? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. All right, so yeah, let me kind of go back through that because it's really important for you guys to understand this. As long as I'm using my business account, I cannot do this on my personal. If I go live on my
On
personal,
StreamYard.
no, Facebook.
Okay.
So if I don't want to use StreamYard and I'm like, but I know I have to have my fair housing, I have to have these things that to keep me safe, right? I actually can go live on my business account, my Facebook business account, and I can download the video from Facebook.
And then you can upload it here and then put it
Yeah,
out.
and then I can make all the changes that I
But
necessary.
you can't download on personal Facebook.
Not on personal, only on business,
I know, trust me, I
Yeah.
learned the hard way.
the hard way. Yeah, but on business you can, which
Okay.
is awesome, right?
Okay.
So if I get in a situation where I'm like, you know what, I want to spend the extra money right now for this, then that's my other option, is to go ahead and bring it into there. Then I'll load it into Canva, and Canva, then I can add my necessary logos if I want to, right? And then I can do that. And if you guys want customized photos in any intros and outs, stuff like that, talk to me and I can help you guys get all that kind of stuff.
Somebody has a question over there, I think.
StreamYard. Okay, so let's talk about that because it's a great question. So they have a $20 plan. The $20 one now allows you to do, I think it's only 3, yep, so 3 destinations where you can go live. If you do the $39 plan, you can go live on up to 8 different destinations. So it's really basic, but if I was gonna start, you also can start with the basic, the totally free, just to see if you like it and it's comfortable and something you wanna learn. Destinations would be like LinkedIn, Facebook, Google, yeah, all the social media platforms. Yeah, it's kind of, they don't use social media names.
So where
they
would you
should.
stream if you're not streaming on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube or whatever?
You would, that's, I mean,
Where would you
this one
stream?
here will let you stream to only one location.
Oh, only one, okay.
And then you're gonna have to load from
Would it
there.
let you download it and then you can post it?
Yeah, I-
Somebody asked me a
Yes.
question.
Yes, you can download it.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
You're welcome.
Thank you, love that. But she
So,
asked another question, something about how does that compare to the Google's platform?
it actually works in conjunction with the Google platform. That's the beautiful thing. So what I'm talking about is a way of being able to create content that you're gonna use on a Google platform, you're gonna use on your social media. Remember now, the Google platform is social media. This is for your social media. It is not social media, it is for your social media.
Mm.
Okay, so there's a difference. And the key, you're welcome. The key to this whole thing, and the other thing you're gonna notice here, so we've got logos, we've got overlays, we can add backgrounds in, there's a lot of things I can do with the paid platform. But the other thing I'll tell you, one thing I like about StreamYard is I've been using them for quite some time. They will allow you to go back and forth to different accounts. So I started out with the free, then I went to the 20, then I went to the 39, I thought, I'll just go back to the 20. And I went back to the 20, they have no
So,
problem.
so for me, for my, Google is the platform that I'm going to be universal with everything. That's the engine.
Yes,
StreamYard is the the place where I'm going to put my video, and I'm going to record my videos and do everything, and the Canvas will be
So
part of this.
Canvas and StreamYard are
It's the
basically the
same.
same idea.
Okay, the same idea.
Except for this is about creating live content for the platforms, where Canva is never going to be a live platform.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
content creator.
Yeah. So, and here's what I'll tell you, the thing that's been a game changer for a lot of my agents is going live. If you can put in your calendar to go live once a week, it's amazing. Now, the other thing is,
Particular platform or in all?
well, I like StreamYard, but if I'm only gonna pick one, I'm gonna do it on Facebook Business, because then I can download it.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why I'm gonna pick that one if that's what I'm doing. And when I go live, doesn't mean I have to be in the video. Let's pretend this was a cell phone. Looks just like it, right? So I can put my butt in the corner if I'm at a house and say, hey, I'm out showing properties. It's a gorgeous property that's for sale, just came on the market. If you're thinking about the Cerritos area, you like the schools and blah, blah, blah. Now, why did I do that? Why did I drop the city name? Why did I drop the schools?
So you can hashtag it.
Right, and people searching.
Yes.
By the way, guess what? My words are also searchable. Understand that Google, YouTube, all these other actually pick up my words, and they are part of the search engine.
Wow,
Okay.
that's so scary.
I know.
I know.
I have one at home, the whole.
And your
thing.
phone is like that. Your
Oh,
phone is
yeah,
like
turn
that.
it off when I shower.
Yeah.
Listen to you because I still have a back pain and then you start getting everything.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? All of a sudden you mention someone's name and then Facebook's all of a sudden giving you a friend request number?
Yeah. Or if you do go to the browser and search something,
Yeah, and then it follows
you
you.
know it shows up in Facebook.
Everywhere, not just Facebook, it's crazy. So what I'm gonna tell you, whenever why did I want to put my butt in this corner if I was gonna do a house? As opposed to being in the middle of the room? Why do I want to put my butt here?
Because you can see everything better.
It makes it look bigger. Right, so if you got a relatively smaller space, if you do it from the middle, you're really making it look small. If I put my butt in the corner, and I use my body as a tripod, so I'm gonna hold it here and I'm gonna move like this, and I'm gonna move way slower than I think I need to.
Yeah.
Because the eyes can't stand that. Yeah, oh my gosh, I watched this guy walk through the house, but
Yeah.
I feel like I need a beer. Right, yeah, I can get over that.
I do that in my reels fast, 30 seconds.
I know, and it's
Easy.
really conscious ever, right?
I
You gotta do. So use your, back here, use your body as a tripod. Why? Because then you're gonna be much more stable. And I like my tripod here. Why do I want it here versus up here if I'm in a house? Think about what I'm showing. When I'm here, what's here? Oh, the
Furniture.
furniture, exactly. So if I'm down here, they're gonna be able to see all the things I have. Now, I don't have to be in it, but my voice can. I cannot tell you how many times I've had people go, oh my gosh, I know you. They've never met me. It's my voice. They're used to
Yeah.
hearing my voice, right?
What do people use when they put the words on the video? I know there's a.
There's actually, believe it or not,
If you know
Facebook
someone's in a
itself,
meeting and they can't put the audio, they can read the words.
Yep. Facebook does it.
And
Oh.
what is
What is it
It's called
In
captions.
caption,
Yeah, in
Captions?
video captions.
in video caption.
Yeah. So Facebook itself does it. Google does it now. So that's why your words matter. Everything you say and pronouncing clearly, very important, especially in your videos.
Does it automatically do it
No.
if you push in
That's
video
right.
caption?
There is, okay, so there is, depending on, so yes, it does in some cases, yes, but it is specific to the user. So if the user itself is all caption, the software will pick it up. But I personally like to force it because then I can correct it as well.
Right.
And I can also change things. So I might want my phone number in there when I didn't say my phone number, right? So there's certain things that I like to do to kind of force it. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that when we get to the Facebook platform. Reason I'm spending so much time on Google is because you guys don't tend to use it.
Nope.
And it is super powerful. With very little effort, you can see by search engines and how many people are looking at your stuff. It's crazy. I usually, like I said, I have an agent, I was just looking at her stuff today. It's been over a year since she's posted and she had well over 200 people who searched, 3 that went to her website in the last 28 days. That's huge. She doesn't even know it's happening, right? So it's very important. But the ironic part was, I would say that a majority of the things that people noticed or saw were her photos. Why? Because I make her name her photos properly, right? So image 1212, never. right? Sarita's Homes for Sale, real estate agent in, real estate office in, loan officer in, down payment assistance program in Cerritos, all these things, everything you can think of that people search, that's what you're gonna want to name your photos and your videos, okay? This is very, very key to the whole thing.
Mhm. Somebody's asking a question over there.
All right. Yes. Yeah, I believe they do have captions. I can't remember. I'm almost positive they do, yes, have captions. I'm drawing a brain fart, but I'm pretty sure they do.
Brain fart.
Oh, is that terrible?
That's awesome.
Remember. I'm almost positive, yes. YouTube, of course, clearly does, but I'm almost positive StreamYard does as well. I'll have to check and see. It's a great question. Someone want to talk? So they're able to talk as well here?
Yeah, they can talk, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so now it says, do you want to make these visible? Now, just FYI, it's still going to be 3 days, okay? And it's telling me that this is what I'm going to look like. That's funny, there it is. And it's telling me that it is not public right now,
Okay.
okay?
Where were you at before? I'm sorry, I missed it.
I was actually here, and let me go back and just show you.
I have photos of your business. This is where I can't change the photos. I don't know what's going on with mine.
Can they go Google my pictures over there so they can just put it over there or no?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you some of that
You
stuff.
want to upload your professional and
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, the professional ones are in.
Yeah, I also would like to see more than just one headshot. I'd like to see about 4 headshots with your name on. So don't name it just anything. Name it, like in my case, Amber Murray, and then I'm gonna put real estate agent in Cerritos, because that's where I'm specializing in. I'm gonna name things real estate office, because people search real estate office. You wanna think about anything someone's gonna search, that's what I'm naming my photos, okay? Because I want them to come up in the search engine. And then when I hit continue, then it shows me what I'm going to start to look like on there. You see here, it says service area instead of her address. That's because we told it we wanted an area instead of an address to show, okay? And then it will, and it says add website. So it's wanting me to add the website. Not a big deal, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna take 3 days before that becomes visible to the public, okay? So it's 3 days, just FYI.
So right now, I just go on my Gmail.
So let's say, how do
and
I
go
find
back
it,
to-
right?
So you can edit the profile in 3 days? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can actually edit it right now.
Okay.
So if I want to go in and start
I'd say
making
whatever, 3
edits,
days.
I certainly can. So I'm gonna go out of these things, just get rid of a few things, just so you guys know. I always come in through here. I just find it easier. Okay, and then I go to my waffle. And I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna go, okay, where's her Google My Business? Well, it's not there because it hasn't refreshed. So now I'm gonna refresh her screen, go back into it, and I will see it in the waffle.
Hold on, Coach.
See, there it is.
Oh, business phone,
You have-
business profile.
But I don't want it there because I'm never gonna find it there.
You wanna
So I'm
do
gonna
the
move it
video?
up. Come
Oh, it's
on.
called business profile.
Yep.
Okay,
I like the
No.
waffle word. I would never know what you're talking about.
I know,
Yeah, the reason I mention it too, because when I train you, you're gonna go, where's the
but I'm going to remember the waffle very well. You're not
Right?
wrong. No idea, those things.
Amber, question for me, I mean, we had an account, you set it up, now I need to make a change to that, how are we gonna go around that?
Awesome. So great question, because it's gonna happen to you guys, right? Things
You need
change,
to hire
right?
their Galileo.
Yeah. He
She's
knows.
always on time.
Right? So when
On
I
my
hit Google
payroll.
My Business, now here's the beautiful thing on there is I'm gonna, right now, because we're in the midst of it, going into the search, I'm gonna go here and not go into the other one. Not sure yet, so we're gonna tell it that. And it's really asking a million questions. This is all the new stuff that they just added in, which I'm pretty excited about. But now I'm back here and I can see what it's saying for my name. If I need to change it, I'm just gonna go to info.
Doesn't she
And-
want to have California first
No, it doesn't matter.
in the States?
Doesn't matter. It picks it up no matter what.
No, but
Okay.
we're saying like from the point of view of the
Oh,
person.
Brisbane,
The person who is searching in
The
California
searching.
is gonna see California.
really?
first. Yeah.
Cause we remember it said publicly visible, it said those other states first.
I know, but that's because we're in her account.
Ah.
Right, yeah.
Perfect.
So don't worry, it'll
Good
pick it up the way
question,
it's
though.
supposed to, but great question.
I just asked.
So in here, this is where I can make all the changes that I need to make. There's a lot of things that I want to add to this. First of all is labels. We're gonna add some labels in there. I'm gonna upgrade this.
What means labels?
Labels are going to be things like FHA,
Oh.
right? And then
We
I'm gonna-
we have to speak a language so we can remember.
Yeah. so I'm gonna put all things.
Conventional.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, where'd you go here? Did you go to edit profile?
I did. So what I did was I went to the profile and then I went to info.
Info.
And under info, I can start adding labels.
Labels.
But I also can add services.
Labels.
So-
Services.
People always go, what's
Oh
the
my
difference?
God.
Well, this is all about really more search engine versus services is about what your customers are really gonna see. So this is where I'm gonna get into details when I go into add into services on there. Now, if you guys want, we can always do a class where we literally dive into this and dissect it and you guys can add, but you wanna bring your computers. I tend to tell you when I do those classes, I prefer me coming in through Zoom and you being on Zoom as well, because then you can go back and forth between your computer and mine as I'm teaching you, okay?
How
So-
long will it take to put something together like that? How long?
Um,
How many hours we need a class?
for Google, you know, ironically enough, typically it was only 25 minutes to set up a Google account. With all this new stuff that they added, I'm gonna say an hour now because they've added so much stuff to this platform that they've never had before. So now if I go
Inflation,
FHA,
huh?
Customer
Yeah.
service, what would
Yeah.
be?
so again, FHA, and then I'm gonna put home loans. So this is the difference. Okay,
Oh.
so I'm gonna get a little more into the
That makes
detail.
sense.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna add more, and I'm gonna keep adding, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna save those. And then underneath those, now I can put a description. And I want to, right? So if I was going to be setting up a Google My Business account for the very first time, how would I go about it if I'm not a social media person and I gotta figure all this stuff out, right?
Mhm.
I want you only to take on an hour a week, again, for all your platforms. That means I may spend 15 minutes here. I'm only gonna worry about 15 minutes. I want fresh content. You realize everything I'm doing is considered fresh content. I don't wanna jam it all in one session, right? Unless I've got someone who's gonna manage this for me, it's a totally different scenario.
How much do you charge?
I'm 15 an hour. Well, you guys get me for 15 an hour because of Lisa.
Yes.
I'm actually 95 an hour, but because of Lisa, that's a relationship that I've had with her for a long time. So you guys can get me for a discount. She does not pay for it though. But she can't.
What is about this in the chat? Who's
Okay.
asking the question?
I had that on video just in case you need it.
Okay,
Text
awesome.
doesn't
no,
take
you
forever.
think- Okay, nothing. Yeah.
So.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that's
you're
my
like,
water
I got
line.
this recorded 50.
Just really quick, I mean, maybe I can ask you later, but
Yeah.
if you could answer it, like, I'm known as Solana Sark as JD because I have a Juris Doctor,
Mhm.
but a lot of people don't know what JD is, so sometimes I like to put law degree.
Yes, you do.
Or I put realtor, a hashtag realtor with a JD,
Yeah, heck yeah, I would.
so we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, and I would play on that, right? So some of my postings would be specifically to exactly what's the benefit of having that, right? So the key to this whole thing is about content, right? And it's fresh content, and it's unique content. in your
Okay, I need
case.
your business card, cause I might be leaving soon.
You know, it's really sad, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, because I've been doing all this political stuff. I didn't even grab business cards, I think I have business cards for my other business.
Can you give us
So-
your number?
Yes,
Yes.
just so everybody has it, I'm gonna type it in here. So 602, I will tell you, please text me. Yeah, I get a lot of calls these days. My business is called Ask Amber.
Oh. Where are you located?
Arizona.
Ah.
Yeah,
Thank you so
sorry.
much. Wait, you put it in the edit service details.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out.
Oh, okay, I'm like, you should put it in the chat for them.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
It's gonna be on Sonia's page.
Hey, how do you think I get business?
They were
She's like, no,
asking
You're
me.
like, Amber, how do we get rid of that? Well, you have to hire me to get rid of it.
The thing is to have content, sometimes you don't know how to get, and I don't think it's confusing if you have two businesses in the same time.
Yeah.
Advertising the two businesses is
I
better
always
to have
take on-
totally separate businesses.
Yeah, for sure. If you have real estate and loan, separate them completely.
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm always gonna focus on a program. I don't even care if I'm a real estate agent or a loan officer, I'm still gonna focus on the down payment assistance program in both scenarios. So if I'm a real estate agent, I'm gonna still talk about the down payment assistance program. I can do things as a real estate agent that a loan officer cannot do. So I'm gonna take advantage of that if I'm not a loan officer and a real estate agent.
Well, you'll attract the home buyers and then you give it to your.
And I can write things she would not be allowed to write, right? So there's some advantages for me to be able to do that. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna take advantage of that because I know for her, that would jeopardize her license, but it wouldn't jeopardize yours, right?
But now that she has both licenses.
Then she cannot. She will have
Ah,
to,
that's
she
why I
has
don't
to
wanna
walk
do
a
it.
tight line,
On
yes.
the loan, you cannot do your own loans.
Yeah,
You cannot do your own loans in the loan, but you can, some of your partners can do
But
your loan for
why
you.
would it be beneficial for her to have both pages? Because doesn't she want to focus just on real estate so she can gravitate towards the loans?
no.
I'm trying to
But
build
you're
a
saying she
company.
can't disclose that
Yeah,
as a loan officer.
I am not a loan officer.
You are.
No, I know, I'm a business development of the company, I'm not a loan officer.
Oh,
I
know.
don't
It's
do
me that
loans.
has both.
I don't do loans.
In case
Oh,
anyone-
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't do loans.
she just business development.
Yeah, I do
Growing
business
the
development
business.
for the company.
Oh.
That's my job, no, no, if I need a loan, I can ask a
Yeah.
loan.
Yeah.
Right here.
So like, okay, forget Sonia, what about her?
She's a
She
loan
would
officer.
not be able to post on about loans, because I used to be both and I gave it up in 2008. I don't want to even deal
Yeah.
with it.
You would, that's why you have to separate out your pages. You wanna keep things separate. You want your content to be separate,
But
everything.
you're saying if she posts
She cannot, so as a real estate agent, she has to watch what she posts because she is
as a
actually
loan
the,
officer.
yes.
Okay.
So she is limited because she will have
Got
to be,
it.
she will have to walk the line as both.
Mm-hmm.
And she must follow the rules as both.
Right.
As a realtor, I have a lot more flexibility to talk about loan programs.
So
than
basically,
a
if
loan
you're a real
officer
estate
does.
only, then you have more flexibility. If you're both, you have less flexibility to
Yes,
post. Gotcha.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you have to walk that line for both, yes. And your state, I believe in your case, your company logo, see, in Arizona, your logo cannot dwarf your brokerage's logo. Here, it can be the same size, and I think you're actually allowed for it to be a little bit larger.
Right now, no. The
But they're
new
changing
law
it or
last year,
something, right?
last year was no anymore.
Okay, oh,
The
that's
company has to be big and we have to
years
go
to be
like
smaller.
small.
What if you're the broker?
than that.
Well, the broker is different. You're the
No,
broker.
I'm the
you-
broker owner
Oh, yeah. you
and I'm
can
a
do that.
realtor.
So that's your logo.
And I think, I don't care, I can do it all the time.
That's your logo.
Yeah. I would definitely talk to your
I've seen so
association.
many people, Facebook, and I would never complain on them because that's their business, that have their branding
Logo way
way
bigger
bigger
than the
than their
brokerage.
company, which I think you should do that. You know?
I mean, I
Keller Williams
understand.
is like this little and then their whole name is like
Huge, right,
Yeah,
yeah,
and there's
absolutely,
nothing wrong with it.
yeah.
Do you mind, I'm definitely gonna get a hold of you. This is actually the first time I've heard of any complications that might go on between both my
Good.
licenses. Even if I'm not practicing real estate, I'm sure that there's some boundaries that I can't cross. I'm definitely getting a hold of you. Would you like posting your email address or do you just go by
Yeah.
phone?
Absolutely, no,
I'm texting you right now, Amber.
awesome,
My name is Silvana, the annoying one.
nice to meet you.
Ask the questions that we're not asking.
No, I'm just gonna make sure I text her so I forget. don't
No, the
forget.
other thing I'll tell you is, I use a website called Weebly. If you guys
Oh, that
know
one,
it.
yeah.
Love
Can
Weebly.
you just put that one?
Mhm.
Because I forget about that one.
And I use Weebly for a reason, so I'm gonna just show you a few things that I do. I actually have my own URL, yes, I do. But in this case, I did not remove it from the Weebly platform for a reason for you guys.
That's pretty much free, right?
It's awesome. It's totally free. So this is my website, even though I have a URL, I have my URL pointing to a different site right now. I'm gonna probably change it up, but this is a free platform. If I want to pay for it, what I'm removing is this, but what do I care? Right? I mean,
Who cares?
yeah, who cares? So why would a real estate agent or a loan officer care to know about this platform? You guys know what dedicated pages, you know, where you're dedicated to just down payment assistance program or lead generation, landing pages. Yes, exactly. So I can create as many landing pages and not connect them as I want. Okay, so I use this a lot. I use this platform a lot because I love it. I think it's an excellent platform. The reason I develop in this platform, or I do Wix or some of these other ones, if God forbid something should happen to me, you're not stuck. If you use a WordPress platform, you need a WordPress person. It is annoying, and I'm really good with technology, and I can't stand that platform because it is so complicated, right? This is not a complicated platform. It's very easy to use, and you can create anything you need to.
Oh, the page for that information. Weebly.
For Weebly, yeah, you actually would go to weebly.com. Now, Weebly was purchased recently by Square, and Square is really about being able to have transactions done on your website where people can buy stuff.
Right.
Okay, so when you go in and start to use the Weebly platform, it's going to ask you if you're going to use that. It'll ask you if you want to do e-commerce, and if you say no, then it'll let you stay with the Weebly platform. If you say yes, it's going to take you to Square. Square is a little bit more complicated. It's not overly complicated. It's a little bit clunkier to me than the Weebly platform is. This is a little bit easier to use and stuff. So I personally like this, right? But it really is up to you as far as what you want to do on there. You'll see the pricing in here. If I don't want the marketing on there, it's $144 for the year.
Oh, that's
to get rid of it. Yeah. So I mean, but if I'm doing landing page, I honestly don't care. It just doesn't matter. People don't pay attention to that. So there's a lot of things in here that it does. It's a pretty great little platform. It's pretty free.
I still don't understand for what is this.
So this would be a landing page. So I want
lead.
leads. So I'm going to generate leads. I'm going to do lead generation, but I want to do it based on the down payment assistance program, even though they may not fit in the down payment assistance program. Most people will start there. Okay. So I'm going to do a lead generation page specifically for down payment assistance. I'm going to run ads on Google, and I'm going to run ads on Facebook, and then I'm going to post on LinkedIn. Why do I care about LinkedIn? Yeah. Right.
Mostly business professionals.
Right. Used to be 80K and above. Now we're seeing it's about 50K and above people that make 50K and above. But here's the other thing that's interesting about LinkedIn. They have what's called an archaic algorithm. And all that means is that I post today, 2 weeks later, it still looks fresh and new, like I just did it. And they will show it to people who I am not connected to on LinkedIn. And it is right now the only platform doing that.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that.
Okay, so LinkedIn, when I post today, it'll still look fresh and new 2 weeks later, like I just posted it.
Okay.
It'll show it to people who I am not connected to. on
Because of
LinkedIn.
Weebly?
No,
Oh.
because of LinkedIn.
Oh,
The
okay.
LinkedIn platform
I'm
that's doing
sorry,
that.
We're
Yeah,
all over the place.
yeah. So squirrel,
Squirrel, me too.
don't show me any diamonds. Get your flash, or anything shiny and sparkly. So I mention this because people ask me all the time, well, do I even need LinkedIn? Because it's frustrating and all these people constantly send me all these things and I don't pay attention to it. I like you to post once a week on LinkedIn. You just do one post, right? And then you can easily, it's a lot easier now to tell if someone's just sending you fluff or if they're actually asking you a question. But I always make sure in my posting that on my LinkedIn that for quick response, please text me, and I put my phone number in there. And that's consistent with every post because typically I'm not paying attention to the LinkedIn platform and you're not going to either. You got a lot going on in your life. So you want to remind them if they want quick response to go ahead and text you directly. Okay, so that's the better way of getting the response, or send them over to a platform you do pay attention to, whether it's a Weebly site or a website or something like that. Now, why would I want a landing page separate from my actual website?
Or tracking.
Yes, you can add additional page. Yes, you can have multiple locations in your Google My Business account. Absolutely, you can. So you will notice.
Oh, wait, what's your email?
Ask Amber for info.
Ask Amber for info. What is it? .com?
Gmail.
Oh, at Gmail. Okay.
Yeah, I separate that out just because the 4 is a 4. I do actually own the one that's the number 4, but I don't check. So it is at 4. All right, so I'm going to save this for now.
Thank you, guys.
So when I come over here, you're going to see where it says add a new business. And that's where I would add in another location. If I have multiple locations, that's where I'm going to create that.
And if you
Like
don't
if
have
I-
another
if
location.
I wanna
you're
do
done.
my real estate, so I put Sonny Moncayo,
Yes, you can actually attach that to
Moncayo
this.
Homes.
Yep. And you can have multiple and they can be attached. And then here's where I add another user. So if I have someone who manages my stuff, that's separate from them.
For add a new business, are they gonna ask you to verify that address as well?
Yeah, every time. Yeah, they want to make sure it's for real.
Yes.
How busy are you right now to create a profile and get us going?
Actually, perfect timing. I'm not as,
Okay.
the only thing I'm running is just, I do petitions in California, Arizona, and Michigan. I just finished Michigan. We're just about done here in California. And I'll be done pretty much 2 weeks in Arizona. So I am winding that business and getting out of it and going back to this business.
Good for you.
It's good, yeah.
Good for you.
I got politically active because my husband passed away recently and he was very
Oh.
active. So,
My condolences.
Sorry to hear.
to you.
so that's why I got. So if I wanted to, you see here where it says businesses, when I click on this, it's going to show me all the businesses I have under Google My Business. Okay, so I have in mine, I have real estate agents. You see it's in process. It tells me that it's in process. It's not finalized. It's not live. Okay, so I could have a CBD business in here and they don't mix unless I add them. Okay, so I can have multiple businesses in here. I can manage them all
Oh my God.
separately, which is
Better call me back
awesome.
today.
Today, just FYI, just for you guys too. I'm on a family trip and we're gonna be camping and apparently the area that I'm in only has Verizon and I'm not Verizon. So
No more.
till Monday. Oh, well, I'll be back in San Diego actually Sunday to process signatures. So I'll be back Sunday. So just FYI, till
Okay.
Sunday, I got a weird time. And I'm gonna have to work through all that, but so I want you to be aware of that. And when I go ahead and I click on it, then it's going to take me specifically into that account. Once I am live, I will actually see how many searches are happening. I'll see whether it's coming in through link or through Maps, or if it's coming in through Google itself. So that's crazy, right?
And how are you going to find out that is just going to my Google account every day?
So
But
literally,
if
you'll go
somebody
to the
wants to
waffle.
talk to me, will be texting me to my phone.
Yes, as long as you add the app to your phone, Google My Business app to your phone.
Oh, I had to go download the app.
You want to download the app. Then it will
Okay.
automatically alert you the minute a message comes into your business page, which is awesome. You also can go live now on Google My Business through the app, right? So they're making some cool changes on their platform. I really like where they're headed. I think this is a good platform to be in. If I had to choose, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time in my social media, I'm going to choose Google and LinkedIn. Google and Facebook. Those are the two I'm going to for sure choose. And I prefer you to also have LinkedIn because LinkedIn is very important, but you don't have to necessarily manage it a lot.
Why would you choose those?
Because those are where I can find buyers very easily or sellers. Yeah, it's where I really can get my business from, those platforms. YouTube is fantastic. I love YouTube. I love playing in YouTube, but for you guys, it's a very frustrating platform. It's also very time consuming and creating videos and all that kind of stuff. So it's just one I don't find a lot of agents do well in because they're so busy.
Bill, what about the millennials, they're the new buyers?
They are.
Right.
And right now, now the other thing that's interesting is TikTok has made some huge changes. One is an advertising platform on TikTok. I have some complications or frustrations around TikTok. It does get business. I have agents right now that I've gotten business for them on the TikTok platform. I don't love TikTok because it's not owned and run in our country, and I don't like my data going somewhere else.
Yep.
But if the sale goes through, that's been promised so many times.
Was Elon Musk buying it?
He's trying,
That would be awesome.
right? It's hilarious, right? It's pretty funny.
So you
Um,
think the most important will be just Google and Facebook, that's it?
Most important.
Because everybody's searching for something, that's why we capture the person.
Yep.
It's not because of the age, it's just because everybody's
Because
searching.
everybody-
Google.
Yeah.
Isn't Instagram mostly hashtags and that wouldn't captivate the audience?
You know, and Instagram, of course.
And millennials,
yeah,
of
it's kind of part, you know, it's funny when I say Facebook, I now think Instagram automatically because they are
it's
owned by
the
Facebook,
same.
yeah. And so I instantly think that, and I would connect those up so that they're auto posting when they post one, they post the other, so I do that automatically.
That's what I
But
think
yeah,
they
you
do.
want Instagram posting, but the thing is that if you're gonna post through Instagram to Facebook, you're gonna have too many hashtags. And Facebook, they are saying they're going to be changing that algorithm so that they will not penalize you for hashtags, but they have not done that yet. So until they make that change, I'm kind of a little reluctant to want to, is that another one that just came in? Yeah, your Facebook could connect. What?
Your Facebook page could be connected to your
Oh.
Instagram.
So the hashtag
Yeah.
is more for the search engine. Like
Yeah,
the
it's- remember,
hashtag.
it's again, it's the file folder, so it's basically a file folder that is residing in all search engines.
Okay.
Okay, however, the platforms themselves are the ones that are paying attention to the hashtag file. Okay, now
And she just
Google,
tell us just to do 5.
yeah, file, that's
That's
why I
why
want you
it's
to
not
get
file, that's
consistent
it.
with file.
On
Yeah,
Facebook
I
or
hashtag.
Google?
all of them.
But
Or
Instagram is like,
consistently.
they say. it's-
Now, doesn't mean I won't build up and add additional stuff to my Instagram, because Instagram really loves the file folder
But then you
scenario.
can redirect also to your other social platform.
Yes, exactly. Facebook went through a change that they like to break things, they break things all the time. And just so you guys know, there's 20,000 versions of Facebook running at all times. Your version to my version may not be the same.
Really?
Oh, yeah, and literally, I mean, Leo and I, we'd be on and be like, how come I don't have that feature, right? They tend to not give me those features because I break things and so they don't want me on there, right?
Did you go to Joe?
I've been there a few times.
Like different like upgrades or what are you talking about, like different?
Yeah, so
content?
what happens is Facebook likes to do a sampling. So they'll release a product that is not going to be for general. They're just gonna release it to 20 or 30,000 people and see how they use it, if they like it. As a matter of fact, there was a thing that they did on the video. It was freaking awesome. I can't believe they didn't release it. We literally could add labels down the bottom. We could do all kinds, it was just cool as heck. And I think it was on your account that we were doing that,
Yeah.
right? And then, boom, they took it away. It's like, what? It was super cool. It was a really cool feature. They also have a CRM. I don't know if you guys know that, but Facebook has a CRM. It's
Yeah,
really
You
cool.
can download all your friends.
And they have a CRM, you can leave it in there and I can assign it to my loan officer. So if I have a lead that comes in, I do a lead generation, I can literally assign it to my loan officer in Facebook CRM. And then as long as they are a manager on the account, then they can see all those leads too. There's so many cool things you can do with that.
Where do you find the CRM in Facebook?
All right,
What is it?
you think.
I have no
I
idea.
never seen
I didn't
that.
know there was a CRM. I just know you could download your friends.
Or your
That's
contacts?
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, your contacts. Well, in Facebook, it's called friends.
Yeah, I have
because
friends, so when I clean my
What I noticed about social.
3,000 people,
is
how
that
I,
sometimes
what
they'll
I
have
do.
things temporary
Yeah.
and they take it down.
Yep.
So then let's
That's
say,
what
for
they're doing, they're
example, you're
testing.
just kind of like, hey, you know what, from Instagram to Facebook, because before you couldn't transfer or connect them, whatever it is that you were posting, and so sometimes it comes up out of one day and then like the next minute, you won't find it anymore.
Another
And that's
question,
why.
Amber, is it good, I mean, no offense, I love Sonia and I love other realtors in my life, but is it good to have a lot of real estate people in your, as your friends?
Okay, so
Yes, of course.
there's
Yes and
mixed
no.
feelings about
Because
that.
I
wanna
like
talk
seeing
to you
other
about
people
that.
succeed, it inspires me, I'm like, oh my god, they just closed another
And
deal,
here's
you
the
know?
other thing, you will find that you guys will write comments on people's who you are friends with
Right.
in the
You get
business.
inspired by them, that's number one.
And that is a plus, a huge plus. Now,
Yes.
let's explain how the algorithm works, right?
Mm.
So you have lots of real estate.
So I have lots of everything, and that, guess where the last 3 deals came from?
referrals from other places.
No, I saw somebody in Facebook post listing that I was looking for, and we were able to secure 2 flips. They put 2 flips on Facebook. I called him, it was out of market. He sent me the address, and I haven't met this guy. There's 2 guys out in San Fernando. He sent me the address. I did the comparables. We submitted an offer and we got it accepted.
So that's a good way, that's how it benefits, right?
So.
Yeah, I
so
personally
think-
like it.
So
Yeah.
for me, I've owned companies and, obviously, I want realtors and loan officers and all kinds of professionals in my profile. As that's my business, I work with you guys. I want you guys to work with me.
Totally.
When I put a listing,
Yeah, for the
I don't
listing
mind you to
also,
sell it.
yeah.
Right,
No, and
why
then-
not?
I
And
don't
when you
mind.
put a listing and then you, oh, Sonia, oh, you're my friend on Facebook, of course I'm going to send you your offer because they like me, the way.
Right.
It's a huge.
Well, yeah, but I also.
We're
There
not
are
competition.
2 rules of
No,
thumb.
but no, it's not that, but what I've also heard and what other lenders are actually doing or other, like say title companies, things like that, what they're doing is they're saying, hey, you know what, you can have one for all your realtor friends, social media, and then you have one for just your clients, so they could say only look at you and not look at other realtors that are your friends on Facebook or something like
They
that.
don't quite
you
work
can
like
create
that.
a group.
Yeah.
You can
create a
create
group.
a group. So I have my own group for content that I only made available for my clients.
Just is it from
So if I
mine.
record a video in technology and I only want my clients to see it, well, there's a new program. I record a video, I upload it into
In
that
your
group, into my group, and I can categorize professionals too. If I wanna collaborate with all kinds of professionals.
Of
So
course.
you can create a group and then say, okay,
You also
know
can
what?
create a list.
that's,
On
I
your
think that's
personal.
what it's called. Like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm
So I
a big
didn't
fan of
understand that,
groups.
that's why I was kind of like, yes, but no, like, yes,
No.
you do, because you want to, of course, stay friends with your realtor friends,
Yep.
because you can also go.
You can tell it, so I could actually create a family list, so
Yeah.
only my family sees the postings. I can create a client list and only my clients see the postings, and then I can go into public. So you know how it asks you about public, friends, that kind of stuff? I can actually create lists specifically for those postings, and it only goes to those people.
No
Now,
wonder.
let's talk about the change, the weird part about that.
Secret friends
Okay.
or only me on.
So let's say that you and I are friends on Facebook and I'm a loan officer, you're a real estate agent, right? And I put you in that list, when I post, you see my stuff. You make a comment on it, 10% of your friends and people that you're connected to will also see that comment, only 10%. Okay, but you need to be aware of that.
Three people.
That's where it starts to search out.
If it's public,
If I post into a list,
oh, it's a
Doesn't-
list.
yeah,
So it's a
See,
matter-
that's why I don't know how to do all that.
see, now you do not
That's
want
what
to
you
have
tell me.
separate.
When you
okay.
post it,
Yeah,
when you
I
post
don't
it,
know.
So
when you
let's
post
talk
it,
about,
they tell you over here. You
Yeah.
just click and then
yes,
only me, just for my friends, just.
Yeah, friends of friends.
And I can
Yeah,
create a
so
list
you just click
specifically.
who you
Okay.
wanna see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing to know, you do not want to have 2 personal Facebook accounts. If you do, and you connect them up to a same business account, you will lose all. You will lose all of them.
Yeah,
I've
a lot of
had this
people don't know
happen. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Angelica, go ahead.
No, we're good. Thank you.
Okay, so what I want to have is one personal account. I have 60 business accounts, so there's no limit there. I have lists, I have probably 6 lists probably on mine. More on your guys' because I do more social
Can
media.
you
than
show
I
us
do.
where you,
Yeah, I was just gonna go in
because
there.
you went to get your phone for the
Yeah,
two-factor.
now the other thing I want you to see, that it did not send me the code. This is happening all the time right now. So 9 times out of 10, you are going to have to tell it to resend the code. And don't be afraid to do that. I see your text, by the way. Thank you.
What's that?
I saw your text, by the way.
Oh, okay.
There's my
Better
code.
be a nice text.
Oh, it was like, please contact me, ASAP. I need your help. How much is it gonna cost?
Right?
Get her before she gets booked.
I'm the first one. Amber, don't forget me, girl.
Right? I love it.
Hi, Nikita.
Hi, honey.
So-
So-
How are you guys?
Hi, Habibi, how are
Good.
you?
How's
We're doing very
everybody
well.
doing? And I just gotta give her a hug. I haven't
know.
seen her in so
Way too long,
Right?
How are you? Good to see you.
She
Sorry,
made a
we got-
disclosure that you're not paying for the hourly rate. I have it on video. If you need it.
So inside, there's
Oh, wait,
so many things that have changed here, okay? There's a lot of things coming up now. They want to save inside the Facebook profile, my password and stuff like that. You can if you want to. The two click process that I went through is because I advertise. If you're going to advertise on Facebook, you have to have a two point of authentication on Facebook. Okay, there's been so many really crazy changes that have been made on here. Even I haven't been able to unravel all of them. These are my shortcuts, but you can see up here when it goes to pages, these are all the different pages that I manage. There's a lot. It's a ridiculous number. But doesn't mean that I am the owner of the account. So if I go into the account, then I can find out if I own it or not. I worked for them for about 2 weeks. I decided it was too hard of a job. I fired myself. I was like, I'm out of here. But look right here. This is a new thing that just came up that they started adding, which is for you to be able to set up your posts so that it will automatically post on the dates and times you want. Okay, so I like that feature. However, I personally prefer to have something like Canva manage that because I want to go to more than just one platform and I don't want just Facebook and Instagram. Right? I want Google My Business to be in there. I want LinkedIn to be in there. So I mention these things because of that. But I also want to show you the back-end CRM system.
Yes.
Because it's pretty cool. Let me go back to who's.
Are you in your business account?
It's only through the business account that you'll see it.
So really quick, they're having a planner on each one. Okay.
Yeah.
So each business, you have a different planner and then you get, since you're.
And it only goes to that.
Only goes
However,
to
you
that.
can now cross post and cross, they call it cross.
Texas.
Yeah, sorry, I have a lot of clients over there. And I think this one is one of
That's
the,
a nice house.
like, yeah.
You have beautiful houses over there.
Yeah, they're very similar to Arizona on there. So you see here where it says lead center?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I go into here. Interesting. Another 100, okay. I might be interested in that, but not now. All right, so this is one of my test accounts. That's why I had it here, so you guys can play inside of it. I work with a partner, and this is my partner here. What's interesting is they went and changed a few things. That sucks. But you'll see up here where it says raw leads, in progress, interested. I can actually convert them. I can even put which ones have been converted. When I go into the lead itself, this is where I'm adding a lot of stuff. So if I want to add labels to it, they're a buyer versus a seller versus loan, right? Whatever it is. If anyone who is attached to the page, I can assign it to, as long as they are attached to the page. They must be a manager of the page. I can tell it whether or not they're raw, converted, bad, interested. So like all of these different things. I can put notes in there. I can also set up a reminder for follow-up. Where is my reminder? Where did you change it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I can schedule a reminder on when I need to follow up with that lead. So, and this is free. It's coming off the Facebook platform. At any point in time, I can download that list. I can also set it up that it automatically loads into another CRM if I wanted. So maybe what I've done is I have a loan officer in Arizona and I have a loan officer in California because I work at both. And so I want to set up pages separately and then I have them in there and then all of it go funnels into my CRM.
Wow.
So what you can do.
Oh, that's really good. Can you download and show where does it go? Like.
It actually creates a CRM. It actually, or sorry, a CSV file. So it'll actually let you choose. Out of the way.
You just save it and then.
And it automatically emails it to you. By the way, it won't let you get it any other way. It emails it so that it makes sure it's going to you. Super cool.
That's really cool.
It's a neat system. I actually do like it a lot. I also can add additional leads if I want to. Where did they put that? Where? Oh, there. Sorry. Oh, where it is. So if I want to create a lead in here, the nice thing, the reason I like the CRM is it's very simplistic and easy to use. So if I'm really not using CRM properly and I'm just not doing it, then this is a good one to use because it's great, it's free, it's easy, and it's not hard to figure out. However, I do like the repetitive system with your email content and your, is anyone using Boomtown or not Boomtown?
Vimeo,
Yeah, any of the video platforms. where you
Vimeo,
can do-
Boomtown,
Yeah.
Boom Boom, whatever it's
Boom,
called.
Boom, boom,
That was
yeah.
really, that's still popular?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's where it
Huge.
is video. I mean, even when you're emailing your clients and things like that. Yeah, we just got, I think we just got Bomb Bomb.
Bomb.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of that.
yeah, Bomb Bomb, yeah.
It's been around for a while, actually.
Yeah, it has. And Video, they've been around for a long time.
Yeah, totally.
But you just gotta figure out what you use, because otherwise you're like paying $60 here, $50 here, $40 here, and then you're like not using any of them.
Right?
But the one that if you're gonna explain anything to your clients, if even like just do a quick, video and then you send it out.
Yep.
But it's just.
Well, great high resolution videos over there. Oh,
Yeah,
but
and
we have the stream.
StreamYard.
That's the perfect.
Yeah, so there's so much to video. StreamYard is all about the live video, and me personally, I think that the best way for you guys to be active in your social media is by going live. People always go, well, what content should I go live with? Everything you do, right? I'm a real estate agent. I'm walking into a loan officer's, I'm gonna go live just before I go in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, hey, I'm just getting ready to go into I-Core lending. And I just thought I'd let you know that we're doing some down payment assistance programs. Maybe you've thought about buying a home, but you're afraid because you don't have a down payment. And maybe you just want to talk to somebody just to find out what's possible. Hey, if you want, text me or call me. I'm going to put the phone number below. And you can also write a comment, type in yes, and I will actually reach out to you through the social media platform as well. So if you'd like to know more about how you can do down payment assistance or what programs you might qualify, go ahead and step, boom, just got myself a video, right?
This might be a little bit off topic, but what do you know about creating your business, setting up your business, creating your profile, your business, in the metaverse, also known as VR?
Yeah.
That's another.
That's a whole new world, yeah.
Oh, that's another one.
I've only dabbled in it, not enough to even be proficient. I will tell you that software is my jam. So if there's anything I can't figure out. But I do think that's gonna be, we're going this way,
That
right?
way,
This
yep.
is the way we're going, but there's several different universes to play and not just Meta.
Yes.
So Meta was the first adapter, and I think we're gonna see them kind of be a leader like Facebook was. So I don't think you can go wrong with that, but there's gonna be multiples that are gonna come into play here. So ultimately, I think there is some value in that because what the whole idea is getting the search engines to recognize you and to see you and to pick up your content, right? And how Google works things is they rate things a 1 through 10. And like a Raintree is rated a 10 on Google. That's why if you're posting in the Raintree, it's getting seen, right? Because it's considered a 10. Weebly is considered a 10. Wix is considered a 10. So Meta is also rated as a 10. So when you're posting content in these sites where Google and these search engines consider it a high ranking one, you're gonna get some value in that. So there's nothing wrong with that. But how much time do you really have to dedicate to all this stuff, right? So when I always look at my agents, I say, okay, let's talk about your time that you can dedicate versus me versus what you're doing in your everyday life, because I want a plan that's about you and how you function and not overwhelm you and end up with you not doing anything, because that's the worst thing that could happen. Okay, so ultimately that's why I say the 1 hour a week. If you put it in your calendar, you don't get to go to bed on that day, period, till it's done. Then and I like Thursdays because of course fresher listings, it's more current to the weekend. We know people do searches then. That's why we're paying attention to Thursday. But if you start getting too vast, you'll make yourself crazy.
What about to have it like a content, like maybe websites will give you ideas? Do you have
I do, I actually do. Real Marketing Club is one of them.
Yeah.
I really like them. You
Real
used them for a
Marketing
long
Club?
time, didn't you? You might still have that, don't you?
I still do, I haven't put it
I know, we have to look and see.
Real marketing.
Yeah, Marketing Club.
So Amber, when you like, let's say, we have an interview or whatever, do you tell us what's good for our business? Because we're all
Yes.
different, obviously.
Yes, I do. And then the reason I do that is because none of you are the same. I have found all of you have certain things that make you stand out above everybody else, and I'm trying to make that be your key thing. So yeah, and certain things make sense for certain people and certain things do not. Real Marketing, Club, I forgot Club, sorry. This gentleman I've been working with for, gosh, I think I'm probably 14 years now. He does have a discount code that he gives me. I'll have to find out where he's at now because it's a lot lower than this that I can give you for your monthly. I think, Leo, you were locked into the lowest. So I'll have to find out what his current code is. It usually ends up being somewhere around 29, I think, a month or something, maybe even lower. I'll look and see.
This one has a lot of, because like a constant contact, what do you think about constant contact?
I like constant contact, especially if you're already comfortable with it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but constant contact, okay, so there's MailChimp, there's constant
Yeah.
contact, okay? I personally prefer MailChimp because MailChimp understands landing pages. There's so many things that they've added to their platform. It is absolutely unbelievable. But constant contact is going that route. And they're starting to release a lot of new stuff as well. So I think they're gonna really be the two formidable competitors in this space for general use, not dedicated real estate or dedicated loan officers, okay? So I definitely like both those platforms. And what I don't like to do is switch you too far off the platform if you're already comfortable and you're using it. If you're not using it, it's a whole different scenario. Then we'll talk about a better option for you. But the key to the whole thing is that you're pushing out content to be consistent with your people so that they're seeing your name. Now, I have people tell me all the time, they go, well, an email, I mean, they get millions of emails. Yes, they do. And they probably are deleting lots of them, including yours. But how many times do they get to see your name, right? If once a week they're seeing your name, who's going to be forefront when they're ready to take action? Right? So don't think that just because they're deleting your content, there's no value in you
Yep.
pushing out to that.
We do the same thing,
Yeah.
like with termite companies and
Exactly.
title companies.
Yeah, loan officers, yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't block anybody or unsubscribe unless you're like annoying and you're,
Yeah, because you're doing it every day.
yeah.
That's where you get in trouble.
So this is like for a database CRM?
No, this is actually
Yeah,
about
content.
content, teaches you how to do ads on Facebook, teaches you how to, it's kind of everything. It's to teach you how to do it, and it gives you content to use to do it. So he teaches you how to do landing pages, he teaches you how to run ads, he teaches you how to post content, he creates videos, he gives you videos, he does all kinds of different things. So it's a really neat platform.
Cool.
And I like his platform. However, he also has a platform, we were talking a while ago and I was like, dude, this got no leads, right? We gotta dummy things down because you guys are busy, you don't have time. So we have stuff like that too. And we have follow-up stuff now because we've learned, there's a certain amount of time you have to follow up stuff. There's Contact Junkie, which is an amazing platform out there for following up with stuff as it comes in. But that's the problem in your industry. How much is there out there, right? And at what point are you gonna go, okay, now I'm a social media expert and not a real estate agent, right? So that's the key, is really understanding your lifestyle and then figuring out which ones are gonna be the benefit to you, and would you take the time, because every week he releases a new video and he teaches you something specific to that week, which is awesome and fantastic.
It's almost like you want to, it's like you wanna know enough to understand it all, and then, then some people take it to another level, like Leonel sometimes.
Yeah, Leonel.
I
He
I
called
don't
me by
know
formal
it now,
name.
so I can tell Amber what to do.
Yeah.
That's beyond.
Yeah, and I think that's even like with all this, like if you know enough to know what you want, I think that really helps.
Huge.
Yeah, and I think that like you've taught me so much, and I know that I've learned as I've gone, and it definitely helps. It really does, because then you know what's working and what's not working.
And you can see the measurements, right? Because the key is the measurements. It's not just that we put the Google My Business up, it's what measurements do I see? Do I see that I'm getting hits on there? What are my hits looking like? What are they looking at when they hit my page? These are the key things. Same thing with Facebook. The insights is really key to everything. If we don't pay attention to that, then we're just blindly going along and hoping that we're gonna hit the bullseye.
Once Amber did how long ago did we do my Google?
Yours is probably 2 years ago.
No, it was longer than that.
Has it been less?
Yeah, but let me see, right when I got with Chicago, so I wanna say almost 8 years ago.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Girl, you're getting old.
I know, and I'm telling you, that Google business, you guys, I can't even tell you how much it's helped me, like, I get calls from different people from different states, from the consumer, from banks.
Homeowners that wanna sell it
Homeowners,
themselves.
I get for sale by owners. I can't even tell you how many people call me and they wanna use this for title and escrow, or hey, I've got a.
And we barely touch her stuff.
Yeah, and then I'm answering my phone on a Sunday, and I'm getting deals from lenders that are from another state, and they need to have a property here, and they're looking for a title company here.
You'd be amazed.
Yeah,
And how many times you change your description in a week?
I really don't, I should,
It's
but
when we meet.
I
once
was,
every
when I
3
should,
months.
I was doing it for a while, but I think it's because all the keywords that we did, it's all the keywords that we did on there, help people find it.
Yeah.
It's all the key.
I have a title rep in Arizona. She gets at least 1 deal every week, but most cases 2 or 3 deals a week that
Wow.
never came through in real estate.
And I would say that's for me too.
It's insane.
That's how important is Google.
Yeah, I'd say I probably for sure get 1 deal a week, but I probably get more than that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then people come back to me when I'm helping them and you're giving them what they need to do, and then they'll come back and say, hey, I'm ready to do this now, I'm ready to do that, and then I cut, you know.
And that's why we started with Google. Because it's an underused platform that you guys don't understand, where Facebook, you've been dabbling in it.
Do
You've been
you do
using
the
it.
SEO stuff too and the
I do.
ad?
I do.
And pay for ads and stuff like that?
Mhm.
I mean, we have to pay for it.
Yeah. You can also hire social media or specifically SEO. So just so you guys understand kind of a breakdown of stuff, there's software experts, that it happens to be me, because I'm good at software. Social media experts, they usually are not the same, but in my case they are. And then there's SEO. I do SEO, I dabble in SEO, but I am not at all an expert in SEO, because I'm gonna tell you, SEO is like an animal all in itself.
Yep.
But it's also a very expensive animal. I know enough to get the things that you need to be able to get you seen. That's the key, right? That's the most
Right.
important part. If you really wanted to dominate the search engines, and you want to be at the top of the search engines at all time, then I would have you go to a company.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your account, okay, so Facebook, yeah, yes, I can keep separate, yeah, I would only, okay, so again, on Facebook, you only want 1 personal account. This is, we had this conversation multiple times, right? Because if you connect those 2 personal accounts to a business page, you are going to lose your business page, and very good chance you will lose both personal pages. And they are getting really tough right now about this stuff. It took me almost 3 months to recover a page for one of my clients.
Oh,
It
wow.
was ridiculous how much.
So
work
you
I
have to
did.
have 1 personal account, but you can have many business
Many
accounts.
business accounts, yeah.
But just 1 person.
Yeah, yeah.
What is the reason?
Google or Facebook itself, so to be honest, it's storage, right?
Oh.
Because it's massive, the amount of storage that they
I
have
know,
to
I have
store.
many.
And if they allowed everybody to have multiple personal accounts, and their storage becomes massive, right? So that is the main reason, because all your data is really being, believe it or not, even for your business page, all of it's being connected to your personal page. So all your data really is funneling through the personal. That's why they don't want you to have multiple personal. That's why they penalize you.
Do you help with Facebook ads too?
Oh yeah, I love Facebook ads.
And Google ads?
Mhm.
But that's not SEO, right?
No,
Okay,
no,
separate.
totally different.
SEO is
Yeah, it's
Google.
totally different. And I gotta get back in, because Google made a whole bunch of changes to the advertising platform, and it's been 6 months since I've even played in that space again. But I actually pay, just so you guys know, I actually pay about $2,000 a month with a club that I belong to that does nothing but that kind of stuff, so that I can keep fresh and
Updated,
content and
yep.
stuff. And then Bob, I also pay him, because I want to make sure that I keep up with the stuff he's doing and stuff. Your partners are gonna be key the right partners are gonna be key. It all depends on where you're going with your business, what you know you are capable of handling, right? Because it will saturate your business, it'll overcome you. Next thing you know, you're not doing real estate, or you're not doing
Yeah,
loans,
I don't
and that is not what you want, yeah, thank you.
Check your checks.
Well, I think,
didn't
I
think
think, you know, you wanna have systems in place, absolutely, you wanna have, you know, like even with me, I have like 6 systems that are always working. But at the same time, you know, I have, I do have a VA that helps me. You know, I have a virtual assistant, I got Amber that helps me, I have all my key people that I pay to help me because you can only do so much, and you know, I know what I do title, you know, but at the same time, I'm never gonna be an expert like Amber, but I wanna be good enough to understand it all, and that's all I need to know.
So she can direct me on what she
Right.
wants.
Right.
Now, the other thing is too, I've trained many virtual assistants, so I have no problem with that. If you guys have a virtual, because none of them are good enough to handle all of this.
No, they're
stuff.
not.
And
even
so
mine was.
I systematic things, like, okay, this is all I want you to play in. For the next month, you only do this, because if they go too far, next thing you know, they're not doing it.
I know, I have one.
But you think for just to have a result, do you think would be like maybe once a week that we do something, once a week?
Once a week, yeah.
Once a week to have some results, maybe in 3-4 months, you say we have to wait 4 months.
Yeah, you'll actually, when you open up your Google My Business, actually, you'll start to see it start to snowball in about a month. Google's a lot faster when you own that Google My Business account to start getting traction.
Okay.
But you're just starting to get the traction.
After the 4 months, right?
The 4 months when you if you're consistent, where you really start to get traction. And then after that, so that's what we did with her. We did a month, once a week, where we were posting in there and getting stuff going and stuff. And then I trained her virtual assistant when I wanted her virtual assistant. So we did the month together. Then we trained the virtual assistant, and the virtual assistant started putting stuff, but they weren't consistent because that's what happens with them, right? So, and they didn't understand some of the stuff that I'm teaching them because they don't speak the best language. It's kind of crazy, but it works because they're affordable.
So you think after 90 days, it starts working?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because our expectations are not like, I haven't got a cold.
No, and here's the thing that's amazing, is I'll tell you, if you're consistent in the beginning, Google remembers that, and they still give you a lot. Like I have a girl, like I said, it's been a year, she already has 3 people that have gone to her website, she's had phone calls, and it shows you.
And she's
They
a
call you.
realtor?
Yeah, she's a realtor in Arizona, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny, because she doesn't do anything anymore, but she's like, thank you for doing that for me. Because it once you get a little bit of a base there, then Google still, the thing is again, it will, if someone else starts getting a little bit more consistent, she's gonna lose some of that traction, right? I keep telling her, you gotta update, so I end up going in there and updating.
So
a few
in
things.
that description part, you can put videos too.
Oh, yeah,
And by the way, you guys,
Okay.
this is all tax
Yes,
deductible.
yes, it is,
Yeah, or
absolutely, yep,
everything we do is taxable.
absolutely,
We walk taxable.
right, exactly.
Everything.
Yeah, now, the reason I like this particular platform is because my goal is to get you to start going live.
Yeah.
Once a week. You don't have to be in the video at all.
So
So
when we go live, we do the video, do you post it for us?
you actually will automatically post, but if you're using this,
So
it'll
you have to
automatically.
post it
do
on your
for you.
business page,
Yeah.
correct?
What a lot of
Business
times I'll do is go in and just clean up some SEO stuff.
Yeah, that's what,
Yeah,
that's what.
That's what I typically do. But again, now I'm going into iCore lending, right? And I want to do a video about it, but I didn't make my hair. My hair's a little bit mess, right? I literally get 5 minutes. So I don't want to be in the video. I don't have to be in the video. iCore can be the focus. Hey, I'm not in the video. iCore. Hey, I'm just at iCore lending. I'm going into the class. They're an amazing company. If you've been thinking about down payment assistance, blah, 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 blah. I never was in the video. Never. If I'm using StreamYard, I'm popping up my face, my logo, and my phone number right off my phone, right?
So
I'm done.
StreamYard, can I have it in my phone, like it's an app?
Yep.
But you record it first on your phone and then upload it again,
Nope.
or you record it directly from?
Right, direct
So
from the
it's an
app.
app also.
Yeah.
Where you
I
already
need to
set up
change
your
my phone
profile,
because
the
I cannot
logo
open
and
that
all
apps.
of that.
So quick question,
Okay.
because, you're able to, take the video, you wanna actually, like, you're gonna have, we call it a script. So, you're gonna actually say, hey, I'm here, what do you say, call me, like, what do you wanna say? Where it
End
doesn't
my
sound
video?
so cheesy, or you don't wanna sound too like it's too much.
I'm trying to sell you, right? You don't want to sound like a salesperson.
Yeah, you don't.
So here's what I tend to do. I'm going information-based versus sales-based, right? So I'm going, oh, I'm at this company. I think they're wonderful. I really enjoyed working with them. They have a down payment assistance program. You might be wondering, could I qualify? What is the down payment assistance program? Do I have to pay it back? Is it, we get all this money and I gotta pay it back? I mean, what is it, right? Maybe you just wanna talk to someone. Maybe you just got questions. You don't wanna worry about whether or not I wanna sell you a house or not, because you wanna know, how does this program work and when can I qualify? Why don't you go ahead and text me or comment below my video here, just put yes in there, and then I'll send you a message right through Facebook and tell you a little bit about the program and how it functions, so that when you are ready, you know more about it.
Okay.
So, a few months back, probably 6 months, 7 months ago, I entered this challenge, and I'm gonna issue the challenge to you guys. You guys are welcome to, we'll do it together. The challenge is to record 30 videos, answering 30 questions in 30 days. Okay, so I took that challenge. It was a friend of mine in New Jersey, and she uses the challenge like, look, I've been doing 30, I'm gonna do 30 videos, 30 questions. The questions have to come from the public. And you guys, I kicked myself in the butt not to have run it again. I'm gonna do it again. I got people from churches calling me. They thought the probate was an insurance. I answered title insurance. I didn't get insurance advice. But my videos are still being shared right now.
Right.
When I looked at my Facebook, when I put them on.
They're not
so-
done,
And
they keep
then,
running.
and here's the key to that. I could see my progress, like day one, I was horrible. By day 10, I was a little bit more comfortable. I was really busy during those days. Sometimes I was recording at 10 PM inside my car.
Yeah.
But I was
But
committed,
people love it.
because stuff, it just gets in the way, even when you make the commitment.
Yeah.
So if you guys are up for it, let's go. It's just the bottom line, if you
There
just
you
get
go.
on it.
I love
You
it.
put out the first question, and then you go to the next question, and then people start making comments, and I'm gonna do it because now I'm gonna be able to go on all the different platforms.
Exactly. Now, what I will tell you for the females in the room.
That's a good idea.
That's a challenge.
Sonia will
Cameras
do
up
it.
here,
30 days, 30
not
days.
here,
And how long?
okay?
20 seconds?
The video, no, the video, some of the videos are 7 minutes. I'm going live, that's the part, that's what she's saying. I'm not recording and then uploading, I'm going live, so when you press that button, you better have you
Better be
better.
ready.
Right, people are.
It freaks me out.
So
It
freaks everybody
is,
out.
trust me, go to my Facebook, go to Leonel Ceballos in Facebook and look at it, go to Leonel Ceballos.
You will see, yeah.
And you choose.
So it doesn't
the
matter what
topic,
time.
and you are
Well,
ready.
you choose the first question, but after that,
You develop the question.
yeah.
Did you check, did you answer the question or you just give the
I
question to them?
Let's see, hey, you know what, this is what it's all about, all learning from everybody, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like your new pictures, where'd it go?
Oh, yeah, that's her phone, I know, I like it too.
How we did all these pictures over there, like a 4 or 5 he has. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, I wanna have that baby.
Oh, it's actually a new, it's a really neat new app, and actually, you now can do it in Canva, you can create it in Canva.
But my Facebook just
Yeah.
gave me 2 pictures.
Now,
Chance.
it's important to explain a few other things to you guys. You see where it says real estate professional at?
Mhm.
That's pointing to that page. This one, pointing to that page. Be aware, you are pointing, when you say your part, you are pointing to those pages, okay? So this is his page. And he has some things that you're not gonna see, and a lot of them, fortunately for him, we set stuff up way before. So I'm in his page, and I'm going over here, and I can go to his videos.
What's the password for the Wi-Fi here? I got no internet.
Oh,
You're working out.
Look at you, Mr.
That
Pro.
was when I sold my company and the new company recorded that.
That's super sweet.
That was professionally done, so that was not something I did.
All right, let's go down and find your 30-day
I
training.
think the other ones, see those videos right there, you wanna show them from Marketing Club?
Yeah, this is
Those
from the Real
videos are from
Marketing Club.
Marketing Club.
Thank you so much.
He's had 203 views off of it, so that Real Marketing Club will give you all kinds of content and stuff like that. So they're gonna tell you about keywords, all that stuff.
I think the videos I recorded went into my personal page, Amber.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think they did. Because I didn't know that I could record off of my business page.
Oh.
Otherwise, I would have done it.
Oh, so you did it on your personal
I
page?
did, I now that, I
Well,
did
you
it
used
on
to
my
be able to
personal page.
download it on your personal page, the
No.
videos before, yeah?
Oh, that was like
A long
8 years
time
ago.
No, it was like 2 years ago.
No,
It was before COVID. I know
No.
that.
not off your personal. They took that away
I
like a long
downloaded
time
it.
ago.
The one day I did it, I.
Videos
Maybe
don't
what
have
you
that
did though, what you
feature.
might have done without knowing, you might have actually recorded on your business and sent it to your personal and,
No, I didn't even have a business page then.
no, because they actually, it's been.
Maybe it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
For merging the vote?
No, allowing you to download your videos.
Go up and look for, there you go, that's one of them, I think that's one of them.
And I can show you how you can.
Okay, you're
There you go.
But here's the thing,
So here's the thing.
fine.
don't be
Here's the
afraid.
thing. I could have asked for help, I have a camera, I bought all the equipment, but I've actually wanted to feel the fear or feel the pain of recording it.
And there are some features now that they didn't have then, where you can actually stop your frames at different points. and
You
stuff
kind of
like
get used, I mean, you build that character.
Today, Sunday, so I didn't go to work, but I wanted to record this video today because I had a lot of
So can
questions.
you show us how you do a video capture when you go live on his page?
that. On his
Or on
business
your
page or
page?
his personal?
Regarding this
On your
particular
page, I guess.
question,
Business?
Well,
There's
whatever.
one when I'm inside my car and I was really
Okay.
tired and I'm like, I'm gonna skip it, I'm like, hell no. I went.
You look like you're sweating though, Leo.
Was that?
You're like, you were kind of sweating.
He probably went and worked out and did his video.
You're awesome. That's great. Good for you.
So when I'm here and I hit, am I still a, no, I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's you.
No, I know, but I was a editor on his page, but he's changed it, but that's fine. When you are, let me go to, let's just go to the
Go
news.
to yours.
We'll go to the news feed too. So I'm in the news feed here and you see automatically.
Live video,
right?
yep.
You also will see reels. So if you're using reels, they're gonna put reels first before they put the live video. So it all depends on what you're using, right? And then I want to test and broadcast.
I like
before
that they're
going live.
doing reels now on Facebook.
I do too.
I know I have to make reels.
Now,
Yeah.
My God,
the
so
reels from, when you post a reel in Instagram, would it go also to Facebook?
If you have connected the two and set up to auto post, yeah, but now there's some cross posting stuff that they've added to. And I can now cross post from multiple business pages as well. There's some really cool, crazy things that they've been adding in. Not all of it works well. You
Okay.
have to watch it, but, so now that's if I want to go here and I'm going to choose my video type and go into what I want to do. But I personally would not be doing it here. I would be doing it through my business page. Now, another change that they made, this is really kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, that's what I'm proud of.
That's awesome.
My husband liked blonde, but since he passed away, I figure what the heck, I'll do what I want now. So when I go into this page, by the way, but you need it. You can advertise on it.
I love WhatsApp.
It's effective for other countries, people that are moving to this country. It's very effective. I get a lot of people purrs. So for me, it's really frustrating. But when I go into my post now, oh, here it goes, switch. So that is the new thing, by the way. If you are posting as you personally, you're not posting on your page. If you don't tell it,
To post, yep.
Wait, say that again now, do that again?
okay, so let me go back.
I'm tired.
What has gone on?
Maybe the internet went.
I do see that.
Oh, the recording. We will
Hopefully
see
someone's
the
recording.
recording, Anita, yeah.
Are you gonna upload it on Facebook? Sonia,
Huh?
Are you gonna upload the recording or?
No, we can do it in the Facebook. The whole recording in the Facebook,
No,
in our,
no, you could set up a group. Does ICOR have a group for realtors or for?
For loan officers.
for long
I just shared it
officers.
with you, Rafael.
For the long officers, yes. But this is, we have a intern
That's so
that
funny,
we can
he
just
writes
send it
to
to. I
me.
don't know if you're recording right now.
Yeah,
I
it's
will- I
kind of
will
a
ask-
bummer
I will
because
ask them
the-
if they're recording.
Our edited, our
They're
cover
recording.
here.
I can see it right there.
Also, they're recording.
Yeah.
They're recording, that's why I'm
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah, they're
where you guys
recording.
posted it.
They will
So-
send it to everyone.
Now, I'll tell you, all of these features are so much easier on your phone in this particular case. You know how Facebook cuts out half the stuff to let you do half the things you want to on your app? This is the one area they don't. So when you go live, it's so much easier on your phone
Right,
than it is even here.
so how do you do the caption thing?
The captions, okay, so that is once a video has been created. See, this is all new, and this is where you can add captions.
Oh, that, the creator is kind of like Instagram. Is
Well,
it
there's a
like?
creator-
It is the same
There's
creator.
a
It's the
creator
same
that links
creator, huh?
both. It links both of
Yep.
them, honey.
What?
It links Instagram.
That is the
and
business
No, 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 no,
one?
but I know, but creator is, it's different, like, then actually, when you say that you're a creator, that helps you, like, even with Instagram, with the creator, to get more followers
Oh,
and
like a
more
business
that,
page.
that's what creator's all about.
So creator, like, how would you market, like, would that be like? What is
Creator
that
is
specific?
an editing,
Editing.
video editing tool.
Inside Facebook.
Yeah,
Inside
Facebook
Facebook.
and Instagram.
Okay,
They now are making it so that it's
I'll
one
switch
creator
it
for
for you.
both platforms.
Yeah, I know how it.
So you can literally now
Put it on your
download
Instagram.
Facebook Creator
Mhm.
and
Do
do
it on
it
your
that.
Instagram
Okay.
first, and then it'll show up.
so
Yeah.
when you wanna get, because now followers are very important. So you're talking about, and you're talking about Instagram, and we're trying to get them, because most of them are not going into Facebook.
Right.
But they're the new buyers, they're the
And then you're gonna do
new,
your Instagram, because that's very important. And
yes.
of course, TikTok.
So then how would you kind of, how would you be able to redirect them to that with Instagram when you have a business page? Would you also make a business page for Instagram in order to get that?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely, I would. I tend to believe in business pages on everything, even on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is a paid platform if I'm going to do a business page. But if you're never gonna use a LinkedIn platform, then fine, use your personal profile on there. But if you eventually want to do lead generation on LinkedIn, there's some benefits to everything. It all really depends on you and how much time you really have. Because if I'm bringing in 100 leads and you don't have time for that, then that's a waste of money and time. So we have to really look at you and as an individual. We also have to look at your follow-up skills, because not everybody's follow-up skills are great when they go to a total stranger, right? So if that's the case, then we need to put other measures in place for you.
Yeah, and that's where you talk about the virtual assistant, like going in that direction or training them to actually get you to it.
Yeah.
I think what we need to do is like, maybe we just, because she has so many things, that we need to learn, so maybe
Yeah.
we just can
Focus on
just, not
one
just
each
exactly, maybe once a month we will have a class with you,
Yep.
and then we can learn a specific thing that we can really apply, because everybody is learning. but
And
if
bring
we
your
don't- If we
computers.
don't apply, then
Okay.
it's a war.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to give like a class.
So bring your computers, because I
Yeah,
want
bring
you
the
to
computers.
touch, if we're gonna go into that stuff, touch it, right? You go, oh, I feel like I get that, okay?
Yeah, so
Because
maybe,
you'll touch it, it makes more sense.
maybe Amber, we have a list of the things that you do.
Okay,
Maybe you can send it to me, and then we can have once a month, we can have a class.
Yeah.
If you are over
And
there,
the
you are
thing
here,
is too-
we can bring you here, and you're in California.
Yeah.
But if you're in Arizona, we can
Or
do
we
it
can
via
do
Zoom.
Zoom. Yep.
And then we can learn really something, because this
we're
is.
really diving down.
This is the most important
This is a
thing.
really interesting class.
Many years ago, but now it's more,
Yeah.
we need to be in the social media, we need to.
Today I can't, but I will on Monday if you want.
Especially in Google, you have the real, I know that's real.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's in Google are real.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that are paying for online leads, and another thing, I'll talk to you after about that. But I actually like, social media is the way to go, and it is, but the thing is having to keep up with it. Because
You got to
everything,
have a system.
yes, having the system, because if not, you'll get sidetracked.
And then you wasted money.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that. And I know we all got to part out because it's 12:30 now.
Okay,
I do appreciate you guys taking the time. The
Thank
other
you
thing
so
I
much,
did want-
everyone.
One last thing I want to tell you is if you are going to use the YouTube platform and you're going to class videos, do not monetize, because you will guarantee your competitor will be advertising on your YouTube video for their business. No, they're paying, but it's cheap. It's pennies on the dollar, and anyone that's half, they're gonna do it. So do not monetize on your YouTube channel. Okay?
The ones that don't have your class, can you just give me your business card so we can invite you for the next class? The ones that have the classes, they are part of Iconing, we will invite you again. For the next one, you have your business card?
I'm gonna log you out.
Thank you, everyone.
Sasha was like, we might as well make it so that you have it.
I have to go,
Me
to
too.
be somewhere in the box, but are you here still or you leaving?
Well, I'm gonna be up in India.
Oh, that's where I was yesterday.
Oh, really? That's
Went
right.
to Munoz.
Camping up.
Okay, so we can talk later on,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah, because my family's up there waiting on me and they're waiting for something that I
You better
have.
go because.
Yeah, I'm late. But tomorrow or next Monday, I can
Where are you gonna
definitely
be
do,
Monday?
San Diego.
Oh, sure, I'm in Huntington Beach.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
We can maybe meet halfway.
Yeah, and then, well, I probably have people I gotta pick up signatures from in Arizona or up here. Yeah, okay, that's perfect, yeah, so ask Amber. Yeah, yeah. Awesome.
So that's the reason why I need to talk to you, because I have two downs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty good, but I don't wanna do it.
I was actually the 49th person in this business.
Really?
I know.
It's in Arizona. I saw who's Shabbat.
Oh, I love it. Oh, they're awesome. Shabbat's so much
I'm gonna
fun.
be there for all the days.
Yeah, what days? Are you gonna be there?
8th, 9th, 10th, and I'm leaving on the 11th.
Okay, is that what during the week, what weekdays? Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
That's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm leaving Saturday.
Okay, so I come here on Sundays and I go back to Arizona Mondays. Am I what's going on?
See you later, thank you.
Very nice.
I kind of figured you were.
No, I.
Well, look at the name of my car. So just so you know,
American, you're not an American.
and I'm a public.
Oh, here's some notepads right here.
Oh,
Yeah. I know, I think you can really help me. I honestly, I wanna, if there's like something that I can pay for like.
Yep.
I
I would love that.
I'll give you my credit card.
Okay.
And plus you're a widow, so I want to help.
Yeah.
But,
I lost my mom and my husband. Yeah, no, it's good.
on the same day.
but I never.
Yeah,
baby
the
girl.
ambulance was taking my mom and the mortgage account has been
What's
since
your-
5:30 in the morning. We got pneumonia, all three of us.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
And
sorry, love.
it gave my husband a heart attack.
Are you Christian?
Yeah.
Pray for you.
Yeah, thank you.
So am I.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it was.
But,
It's been rough.
so you probably know Jesse McPherson.
Yeah, I did,
Yeah.
very well.
So,
He's a doll. He's a
Oh, I
sweetheart.
love him. He's
Yeah.
Crown Royale.
I
So we
know.
all came from, World Interest.
Oh.
They used to do this line.
Yeah.
This is my new passport card.
Oh, that's awesome. You
Yeah.
know, I heard that,
I
several
am
people
Joel.
coming from the state that were going into the world as well.
Well, no, we all came from there, but some people that went back to dream trips.
Yeah, I
They
heard
went through
that.
bankrupt for 2 years.
I know. They finally
I
came
love
back
the
up.
company, but
Did she-
everything changed. Everything. But maybe you can help me in both,
Okay,
but we'll start with real estate.
yeah.
I already have a Google profile, and everything. I just don't know how to edit it.
Oh,
And then the pictures don't go through the right way, and
there's some funky stuff that happened when they made the changes over to the.
and then it shows my partner's picture first before me.
Okay, there's a reason, because it's a search. What's happening in the search is it's getting seen.
I mean, I don't mind his picture being there, but I don't want it to be the first
Oh,
one.
hell no. So I'll show
Yeah.
you some things we can do to change. that.
Okay, seriously, I'm really desperate.
Okay, awesome.
Because,
Let me
just,
end that
oh,
recording.
nobody's here, good. So